I want to go Baba. You won't make a good. Only one only one. But I didn't go. Any love for you. I didn't go. Any love for you. Just only. Ever could it up to me. I said, calling. That could it up to me. Oh, ever could it up to you. I said, calling. That could it up to me. I say, calling, I could touch you. I think that I'm I said, God, I could touch you. And me more, just so. I said, God, already rejected. Just so. She was singing this way. Say, what you found out? You won't get back. When you are the level, so what you are not done.
I'm just checking something, guys. I'll be with you in a minute. I've been trying to check the age of consent in Nigeria. I'm getting conflicting information on Google. I'll be with you guys in a minute, please.
Just a big color, Emily color, yellow, they don't understand. They can never understand. What the Lord has done for me. So no action for me. I believe in I will raise my praise. I will raise my mercy. For my goodness to be done. Because what God has done for me. So no action for me.
Who's enjoying my music? You need to get the speaker if you want to get this quality of music. This is the bad boy that's giving us the music.
I got it belong what you tell me? Hey, I put this song up, I get up, you want me to sing forever? All over me, all over me. You want the duty for figuring out. You want me to cover us in motion. ìwọ ló wò mí tí mo ń kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Iná ayé ẹ ò jẹ́ kó jó mi.
Jésù, nínú mo ní ìṣòro rẹ̀ tó wọ̀. Owó lẹ́nu mo ní ìyọ̀ bàbá, yóò tó yí bó bá ṣe ọlọ́run mi. Àlọ́ ṣe yóò sọ ìdílé mi. Ibùtímọ̀. Akadaka sí sọ fọ́tò yọ. Òde máa ọ́nìlànà kẹ́tì sọ. Ọkú bàrọ̀ yà wọ̀ iye ìgbà. Hallelujah. Ọkìlì àkẹ́tì tó lọ. Àkàlà ìsàlà kékeré ìbú. I have been very big dog.
He's always by my side, I'm very big up. By my side, by my side. He's always by my side, I'm very big up. By my side, by my side. He's always by my side. Let's start. He's always by my side. By my side. If I carry on with this music, we won't start. So let's just start. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I say hello to you, everyone. Everyone, you're welcome. Bridget, my namesake, you're welcome. Vivian, Collins, Common Sense Sisters. You guys are too much. Welcome so much, everyone. Edith, you want this dress? Okay. Come, Ngozi, you're welcome. Emenike, my darling, how are you? Former Duru. I say hello to every single one of you that is here now and those that will be joining us later. So we have a very important topic to deliberate on tonight. Very, very important. This topic is too important. So I'll give you a brief background about this story. Why is my background dark? Guys, this background is too dark. I'm not happy with it. Let me raise my light up. I think it's better like this. So give me a minute, please. Somebody has been fondling with my equipment. Oh, I send work for here, so I don't send anybody work. Oh. Somebody has been fondling with my equipment. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. You're welcome. So we're talking about Baba Ijebu. He's popularly known as Baba Ijebu. He's a Nollywood actor. His real name is James Olarinwaju Omiyinka. That's his real name. Yeah, so that's the person we are talking about tonight. He's a 48 years old Nollywood Yoruba actor. He acts in anybody who watches Yoruba movies, you know Baba Ijebu. He's very, very, very funny. Well, I thought it was funny until, the news broke about his activities a few days ago. So a little background about Baba Ijebu. He's from Osun State. Incidentally, they say he's from Ile-Ife. And he got married in 2012. 2012, he got married. And 2 days ago, the police in Lagos State announced that they've arrested him. And they said that a woman was the one that got the police involved to arrest him because apparently he's been doing kerewa with the woman's daughter. And this is a man that is married, and I believe that he's got children. I've got some pictures. I did Google his wedding today, and he got married. He actually got married in Lagos. And in 2012, he got married in 2012. And they say he's 48 years old, but you know how Nigeria is. So this is his official age. I want to believe that he's even older than that. And they said that this has been going on Baba Ijesha. Yeah, thank you guys. Baba Ijesha, not Ijebu. How am I calling Baba Ijebu? Baba Ijesha, thank you. Ademide. His name is Baba Ijesha, not Ijebu. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Felicia. Baba Ijesha, not Ijebu. There's a difference. Yeah. He's popularly called Baba Ijesha, not Baba Ijebu. I actually thought he's from Ijesha, but he's not. Apparently, he's from Ile-Ife. So the report is that he went to this woman's house, and the woman has been suspecting that something is going on with him. Now, they didn't give us a lot of information about his relationship to that family, and that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about the relationship that he may have had with that family, because according to what the police, the information that the police released, the woman had to run back home, you know, to come and catch him. So that means the girl, sorry, I don't know why I'm familiar with this, but I'm not happy with it. The girl was left at home with him alone. So I don't know whether it's a family friend or he's so used to the family that they leave him in their house and the woman will go out. So the information is that Baba Ijesha was in this woman's house with the woman's daughter, who is 14 years old. And she apparently had suspicion that something was going on. So she had CCTV installed in her house. So, you know, the CCTV these days is so smart that you can have a link and connect it to your phone, and you can actually check the images on your phone. So she connected it to her phone, and she was checking. And when she was checking, and she saw that he started doing, you know, some activity, she ran back home, and that is how she got him arrested. She basically got him arrested, like he was caught pants down, red-handed. And incidentally, they said that he confessed. The police said that he confessed to everything. And he actually said that this has been going on for 7 whole years. That's another aspect of the matter that I want to discuss. How did this happen for 7 years? 7 whole years before the woman is finding out. How come that this has been going on for 7 whole years? This woman did not know that this man, who claims to be 48 years old, I did the maths because maths is not my strong suit. And when I did my calculation earlier, I realized that when he was 14 years ago, they say he started. Yeah, he was 41 then. Yeah, he was 41 years old when he started. The girl was 7. There is a 34 years age gap between them. 34 years age gap between them. And I still suspect that he's older than that, because there's no way that somebody like that is not above 50. Nigerians always cut down their age. They reduce their age. We all know that they have their age and they have the official age. This is his official age. I believe he's older than that. So the discussion tonight is around there's a lot of this going on social media now. I can't use the word, sorry, because, you know, the environment that we have to be very careful with the language that I use. So a lot of older men, much older men, carrying children. This is so frequent these days. It's happening so much in Nigeria. And it seems like this is something new. But a lot of people argue that this has been going on for a lot of years, is something that is been going on for a lot of generations. But social media has only given, you know, is giving voice to these things to be heard. Because usually when things like this happen, the mothers would, if it's a family member, because this happens as well. When I was reading a comment today on one show where they were discussing it, somebody actually put a comment there and said that they know of a pastor in Nigeria who was doing the same thing to their daughter. And, you know, we know of fathers who do this to their own children. We know of uncles that have done this. We know of so many family members that do this. And the first thing that they usually do is to sweep it under the carpet. They will just sweep it under the carpet and keep it as family secrets. You must not tell anybody. But the first thing I want to talk about is, why did it take 7 years for this woman to find out that this was going on in her own house with her own child? 7 whole years it took before she found out. I mean, I feel like several opportunities were missed where this woman could have arrested this situation. As a mother, shouldn't you be doing personal care for your 7-year-old? A 7-year-old so independent now, or that they are washing by themselves, dressing by themselves, that you did not even notice. You didn't notice that anything was wrong. Yeah, you didn't notice. It took 7 whole years. And another thing is, why did this little girl did not have the confidence to go and tell her mother that, okay, oh, this man that is coming to our house, oh, this your friend or whatever it is, neighbor, uncle, this is what has been happening. Oh, she kept quiet. You know, she didn't still tell until it was found out. Now she didn't tell her mother. It was via the CCTV camera that the mother installed that she found out. Please give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the gist. I find that a lot of our members here, when you come on live shows, you don't give it a thumbs up, please. I don't say it very frequently, but do give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying the gist. Thumbs up, please, guys. Thank you. So why 7 whole years mama no find out, saying now wetin dey happen to pikin be this, say somebody they come in house come carry one in pikin? How come 7 whole years mama no find out? How mama say no? How mama not say no, says something dey wrong with his 7-year-old pikin? How he not say no? So to this man he marry, get his own wife, get his own children, he go live in house, carry him 2 left leg, go this woman house, go meet him pikin for inside her own house, inside the mama house. In fact, I don't know, some people, I don't know whether they get patience. We get patience more than each other. Some people get patience more than others. You understand? Because if not be so, I don't see waiting for this word for make somebody like me not to do something that the way we say I go come to jail now. They think and say, okay, maybe I for call police, or maybe I for hold myself, because if I not live to even talk the story, if I not there, then all this one that they go police, that they go court, if I not happen. But you know, she did the right thing. That's the right thing to do. So why would I think, say, why do you guys think that it took 7 years for the mother to find? I want this to be very interactive, please. If you are here in the comment section, yeah, I want to hear from you. Put a comment down there and let us know. Why do you think it took 7 whole years? You can text me on WhatsApp. Why did it take 7 years for this mother to find out? 7 whole years, she don't know, say that they carry one. And another thing I want to talk before I begin to take people comment, anybody where they comment there, is that we need to look the way we will parent our children for Africa. Yeah. Now another thing we need to look be that. Yeah. In Africa, we have a culture of silencing children. Yeah. We silence our children. Children are meant to be seen. Children are not meant to speak. We don't allow children to challenge adults respectfully. We just tell them, if an adult is talking, shut up, don't talk back. Yeah, there's a difference between talking back and children being able to express themselves respectfully. But I'm not sure say we know the difference. So for our culture, we just tell the children not to talk. Thank you. Who and what's next? We are doing our best. We have to keep trying. These issues are very, very important. We have to keep talking about them. Daniel, I see you. Thank you. So our culture is that we suppress children so much that if a child is shy, for instance, you see, some parents will be proud. They say, I see my pikin. But you know, if you talk, if you keep the water in her mouth, where you leave the water, if you go and come back, the water will still be where it is. Now there you go meet the water. The pikin not going to even get boldness to swallow the water. That's how good she is. Would they equate shyness, lack of confidence to good behavior? Yeah, now good behavior, but that is pikin no they talk. But for this part of the world, we know say pikin when they shy. Now lack of confidence they cause am. And if parents no try to address these issues, if the pikin can become adults, it can lead to issues of esteem, self-esteem. The pikin go, when it become an adult, you go just dey shy. No, if you talk, you just quiet. You don't say that kind of garden when you go see pikin. Everybody go to talk. No, only you know go just dey corner. You know go talk. She or he will not be able to express herself or himself. You go just quiet, just sit down for one corner, while others are gisting, laughing. You know, they go join. You just and all these issues, when we not tackle them on time as parents, if we not tackle them on time, when the children come become adults, they affect their future life. Yeah. I like what somebody said, that family secrets, all these family secrets, when they teach in our family secrets, when parents, they like to bury, they'll just bury the thing, say, no talk, oh, no talk, oh, no let people hear. Oh, if people hear, they go, they laugh us. We don't hear stories of fathers where they do this to their pikin. They kill over their own daughters. And the mothers begin do rivalry with the girl. For Nigeria, yeah, they go begin to do rivalry, because over here for this part of the world, most of all this thing are school. Teachers for this side, they are trained. And a lot of primary schools in this area, in this part of the world, have they have child, whether a psychologist they be, or somebody that is trained to identify vulnerable children. So when they do assembly, for instance, in the morning, you go see some children where they withdrawn. So you go see some children where they say their uniform dirty, they don't wash their uniform. So all those kind of children, they single them out. They will come, they talk to them, you know. They will come, they talk to them, say, what's going on at home? How is daddy? How is mommy? Now, why be say most things what would they find out about children for this part of the world? When you work in social services, most of their referrals now schools before they come. When schools are closed, yeah, you know they hear anything much like that, because the parents know they agree report, they go quiet. Nobody for Africa, they happen here too. Okay, somebody has said something. Somebody said that, Flo said that, I think the comment is too general. My old school parents always encourage us to approach them spiritual, especially my dad. I always train my child from age 5 not to allow any adults or man to touch her on the way. Okay, yeah, you can speak for yourself, but I'm talking based on so many, you know, there's always an exception. There's always an exception. Okay, there's always an exception. Somebody here is saying, Oyens is saying, I remember when I moved to abroad, the way I was raised to be bold and express myself, but after going to Nigeria, parties here, I'm boldly integrating myself. Most of the Nigerians think it is bad. We're not talking, this is even adult, oh. We are talking of children here. Children. Now, children will they talk, oh, my people. Children, confidence. Raising children with confidence, where go feel bold. Not be just bold, say that they yap, 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 yap. Children want to go feel who can't talk this kind of heavy thing. Yeah. A lot of parents in Nigeria, in Africa, let's not generalize, but so many parents, they tell their children to shh, not to talk. We know they talk about here. I'm not talking about this part of the world. I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about Africa. This here is more likely that the child will speak out, but still it happens here that the children will not speak out. So it's neither here nor there, but it's more frequent in Africa. So there's a culture of silencing children, not to express themselves because it's bad behavior back home. And I think we need to begin to break this. We need to break it. It's not nice to silence anyone, whether it's a child or not. Teach your children to express themselves. Teach them to speak. If a child is reclusive and they're always not being able to talk, they hardly make friends, they keep to themselves, then it's a problem. Yeah, Collins is asking, what's the relationship between the mother and Baba Ijesha? We have no idea, but we want to believe that they are close. For him to be in their house, and this has been going on in the woman's house, and the woman was not there because they thought, say, nah, she saw it on the CCTV and ran home. When she ran home, she caught them in the act. So he's been doing it to her in their own house. Felicia say, I refuse to believe the mother. She should be questioned. That you still bet your 10-year-old, Abi? Okay. That's what I was asking. But you know, Nigeria now, a lot of these people who have a little bit of money, all their, when it comes to raising children, they delegate. They give it to house girls and nannies and, you know, maids. Now, maids, they help them, they do all those things. Maid, what's it concern maid? Especially if you work out to the maid. You're not going to tell you, even if they notice anything. Let's say, for instance, they notice, say, the pikin, they spot or something happened to them. Why not supposed to happen to a child of that age? They're not going to talk, especially if now wicked woman, where they say the maid not even send them. And some of those maids too, themselves, they get their own for hand. You understand? Baba Ijesha. We are talking about Baba Ijesha. Yeah. In some circumstances, the children will not talk because it will not be believed. You will not be believed. They will say, you lie too much. You're always lying. You're always lying. Some parents, their first approach to their children is not true. It's not true. And when you begin to tell children all the time that they are lying, they will just say, what's the point? You are not going to believe me. So I'm not going to tell mommy. I'm not going to tell daddy. Because they will just say it's a lie. So, yeah, baby first said the mentality of what people will say is literally, it's killing. Yeah, what will people say? It's killing our people, especially in some households that are not the status quo. But you realize that people will still talk regardless. When you realize that life is so much more better. Yeah. What will people say? I don't know if we can get rid of this from our culture. I don't know if we can ever get rid of this. What would people say? What would people say? People will always have something to say. Yeah. So, yeah, we care a lot. What will my pastor say? What will my colleagues say? Who will marry my daughter now if they find out? And this comes from, what will people say for me comes from a culture of stigma. When they stigmatize the victim, yeah, it's always the fault of the victim. Instead of looking at the perpetrator, yeah, now the victim blaming and shaming is very, very, very high in Africa. When somebody comes to come and report something, even adults, grown women, when they talk say they kiriwa them by force, they will talk say somebody kiriwa them by force. The first person who will go blame, the woman. They will say, what did you wear? When you keep wearing clothes that are revealing, you show your body, what do you expect? You are tempting men. So there's a lot of victim blaming and shaming back home. These are one of the issues. I'm just running through the issues that I've noted down here. So that's one of the reasons. When you blame the victim, it's always the fault of the victim. The mother will say, keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. Don't say anything, no. Don't say anything. Don't let the neighbors find out, oh. What did she wear? Okay, what did she wear now? What will a 7-year-old wear? She's a child. I mean, if not be say somebody they sick, like the kind of sickness where even you get definition. How you go live grown women when you see the full Ninja, they're there everywhere. But you go look small pikin wey be say breast never get, nyash never come on, nothing dey body, just belenge. Now that pikin you go say, how man go the body go even they move, follow small pikin when in body never even develop, it never reach puberty. 7-year-old never reach puberty. Some children don't even get into puberty until they are like teenagers, like 14, 13. It depends. Some early, but some very, very late. Wetin dey pikin body when Baba Ijesha they find, I beg, and people like him, because not only him, just they talk about him now because now him they grand now him they cash, now him police cash. And I red-handed. They don't catch him for here. Now here they for catch him, they catch him like this, So what did they pikin body? What did they attractive about pikin? If not be the say that they sick for their brain, that they sick. Those kind of people, they're supposed to come out their what did they say they be man, they cut and come out completely through where because they not deserve to get them. You live in wife or house, can't look for one pikin for another person pikin. Okay, 7 years. You know what 7 years of abuse mean? 7 whole years of abuse. You know what it mean? Not only using mouth, can't they confess? So our people say, who the gods want to kill, they first make mad. Now be this Baba Ijesha also. Baba Ijesha. When the gods wants to finish you, this is a man that was well loved all across Nigeria. People love him so much because it's funny. The way he talks is always very, very funny and everything. So, I don't know. I have no clue how this came about. I don't know, my people. I don't know. Well loved and respected. Respected, my dear. Yeah. You don't destroy that pikin life forever. Yeah. I don't mistakenly press something for here. Make a correct time. I put somebody on timeout. Mistakenly. I'll see whether I go see him. So I don't know what they picking body, oh my people. What they picking body? Because no. More na tell me, what they picking body? I don't know what they picking body when man they find grown man. So they get the courage to waka come. He waka come the woman house. For inside the woman house. Okay, when we talk about laws now. Now why I be delayed small be that when I started the show, I wanted to check. So the law, every country has an age of consent. I can't check what will be the age of consent. Some website talks in 11 be the age of consent for Nigeria. I beg, who know what will be the age of consent for here? We are all Nigerians, or most of us are Nigerians, I presume. Some websites say it's 11, and I saw an article by Post, is it Post Ninja? And it was saying that it's not true, that those people are lying, that the age of consent in Nigeria is 18. What is the age of consent, my people, in Nigeria? Because I don't understand. I don't understand, though, my people. Because some people come talk, say, somebody says 18. You know why I don't believe it's 18? 18, he also, Stanley. I don't believe it's 18 because in the North, till today, all those their governors and senators, now some children that they marry for there, in case you don't know. They know they, for Hausa man for there, most of them, not all of them, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of them prefer to marry pikin when just they come out 9. So I don't want to believe it's 18 or even 16 because for that side, we don't remember that governor when for which state, now Zamfara state, I mean, which state was it? Couple of years ago that married this girl that was 14. He go Egypt, go marry the girl. I don't know how many of you that can remember that story. He go Egypt, go marry the girl. That's why I'm kind of, because the way Nigeria is now, we don't even know whether now one country be having two, because it's like the North have their own laws, the South we get our own laws, and everybody does do their own thing. Everybody do their own thing. Maybe in the North they are using Sharia age of consent because now Sharia law they operate for that side now. I don't want to get into that, but in the northern part of Nigeria, it's completely Sharia now. If you didn't know that before, that's true. So for places like Kano now, if they catch you say you hold beer, now jail, they go send you go jail. You get me? Yeah. So 48 years old man, wait till he carry go fine for small pikin. Wait till they fine for small pikin. How do we tackle this issue? How do we tackle it? I want to hear from you guys. I beg, Mona talk to me. Not me go to do all the talking all the time now. Show my people. Mona talk to me. Talk to me, my people. I want to hear. How do we tackle this issue? I want to hear from you. What do you think we can do to reduce this? Okay, somebody said 12 in the north. Somebody said 12. What should I say it's 12? How do we begin to protect our children? What can we do? How can we help people who live back home in Nigeria to safeguard children? What can we do? Okay, me I go first start. Make a start now. And my own first thing you need to do as a parent is to teach your children about body parts. Start to teach them. When they don't begin, they say mama, papa, they don't begin, they talk. Not be say they talk plenty. Just they say ta ta ta, they speak a baby language. And then you don't begin to teach them. And another thing that I find here in this part of the world, for Nigeria, we go to use other slangs to represent body parts. You understand? But actually, what I learned for this, our UK, what would they so be say? It is good to name it. No call another name. You understand? No call another name. No go use another name, say you use one funny name. Teach boys and girls and teach them. Yeah, boys and girls, yes. Use the real name when that part of the body be. Tell your daughter, say, you see this place, part of your body, now Toto that they call them. Excuse my vulgarity, but these things have to be said. We have to say it. Tell your pikin, say, this is Toto. Don't let anybody touch your Toto. Don't let anybody go near there. If anybody wants to see it, say no. Come and tell mommy. Name it. No, they use other names to describe them. I think it's best. Now, what you they do with that? Name it. Make you know they shame to they call these things. This is what they are called. If you want to call your arm, you know they use another slang to call your arm. If you want to call your leg, you know they use another slang. Why be say when you don't come to all these private parts of our body, we'll come to find funny names to use them. Begin to tell your pikin. As the breast begin to come out small, they begin to tell and say, you see, if na girl, tell and say, this your breast, so no let anybody touch them. If anybody want touch them, tell and say, my mommy said no, my daddy said no, come and tell me immediately. No gree. Shout. We will begin to teach children. A lot of parents know they teach their children about their body parts. And that's where the problem is. Yeah. Yeah, go. You use Toto Abi? Good. You should. Now you're picking, I beg. He go still find out, saying, I wait till they call him that way it grew. No need to hide. Tell her, say, this now Toto that they call him. If anybody won't come touch him, shout. If anybody say, make you pull your pants, tell her, say, no, my mommy say, I can't, I'm going to tell my mommy. Tell the boys, say, you see this your prick? Don't let anybody touch it. Now, why all these children, they go to boarding school for Nigeria? Now, what did they happen for Nigeria for boys now? It's serious, so my people. This matter is very serious. Not only girls, oh. When I see what did they happen for Nigeria for boarding school, I don't see Don Davis on. Not only Don Davis, oh. Hey. Say no. If anybody say put down your pants, say no, no. Children, because I was talking to a friend of mine in Nigeria today. Tell me, say, Pekin not ready to go. He Pekin not ready to go boarding school. I said, how old is he? He said, he's not even 10 yet. He's going to be 10. Now say, he don't do secondary primary 6. He said, no. Say nobody they do primary 6 again. More than they hear, oh my people. My friend tell me say nobody they do primary 6 again. Say for primary 6, the people where they did the class know they reach 3 or 4. Say now from primary 5, now all of them they do common entrance to go secondary school. So that they skip primary 6. Now tell and say I disagree. I say I disagree completely. If that primary 6 no they important, therefore no include them for the school curriculum. Say children go do primary 1 to 6. Why are you skipping primary 6? I mean, you see, Nigeria, would they get so many things wrong? What is the rush about? Why are they rushing to go to secondary school? You go rush to go to secondary school. They rush to go to university. When they finish, they come out, no work. What is the rush about? Did you allow them to be children? Allow them to play. Allow them to have that time. Their development is going to come gradually. No force children to become adults overnight. That's when the pressure they too much for them. Why you go picking for here? They know they skip class, so you know they jump class. No matter how brilliant you are as a child, you go take for that class. Follow your mates, do the whole year. The school is fixed from 11, 10. Okay, depending on the time of the year where they're born, you go secondary school. 16, 15, you finish secondary school now. So when you see any 16-year-old, any 15-year-old when they're born from January, February, March, you know say you don't finish secondary school. You know they skip class. For Nigeria, he tell me he said nobody they do primary 6 again. I say nobody does primary 6. So what does that mean? He said at primary 6 they've all gone to secondary school. That the boy has already gotten admission. Oh, he's going to boarding school. At what age? He said he will be 10 by then. So he's already 9 now. I say, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I don't have a say. I don't have a say. You are the parent, so it's your child. But if I were you, I will allow that child to finish primary 6 in peace before you begin to progress, go secondary school. Secondary school, no, they run. So now one of the things be that. Yeah. So all these things get to do with the law. Again, I feel personally that the laws in Nigeria are very, very lax when it comes to issue of child safety and safeguarding children. One mommy is talking, the mommy champion say that your daughter is the one that teaches her friends now. She teaches her children what she learned in America, what she learned in America. They rush children too much, oh, my people. Around me, they. Now, so they run for Nigeria, they start school for like 2 years old. They don't even start for one self. For one, they don't begin to go, they don't go nursery. Pikin whenever waka, they say go school. And you know, this one are research when they don't do for this part of the world, even for this Britain where would they serve. You get one time when they say they want increase the age when children go to start school. I think the reason why they even left it at the age that it is now is so that working parents go see where they will leave their children. Because if they make it like maybe 7, 8 years, because I don't know whether it's Norway, where is it Norway? One of those Scandinavian countries, whether it's Norway or one of those countries there, they did that they don't start school on time. The children start school at about 7 or 8. They start school. But you know what? They do so much better than other children in Europe. I think it's either Norway or Sweden, one of those countries. I can't remember. Yeah. Now so what did they rush children for? Now they California, okay. Is Finland? Is it Finland? Okay, Finland, okay. Or Norway. Somebody is saying it's Norway. Somebody is saying it's Finland. I don't know. I don't think it's Finland. Is that Norway or is that Norway or one of those countries there? I can't remember. But they said that the children are doing so much more better because they didn't start school on time. So they go their house, play. So they don't sabi talk. Most of them don't sabi read before they start school. So when they start school, and that's what the children go just the notebook they go. But for our own, 1 year old pikin don't start school. You go see, you never even start stand where we say they fall. They fall down. And you know what? Now drivers they carry them go. Now driver. Now only person who no get money for Nigeria, they carry children go school runs. For every lower middle class in Nigeria, they have a car. They have a car for school runs. So it is your driver that will be taking the children to school. Do you trust your domestic staff in Nigeria? That's another where a lot of all these abuses come from. Those drivers, I want to trust them. Your houseboy, your gate man, especially for very busy parents where they say they know they are around, they travel a lot because of business or because they are busy, you know, working, or they go to work like somewhere like Lagos. This happened in Lagos. Yeah, behavior definitely should have affected behavior. Yeah, let me highlight that statement. Somebody said something here. Why the mother didn't notice? It happens from the tender age of 7 years. It would have affected her behavior. Definitely. That's why I started. I don't know when you joined us, Osami. I don't know when you joined us, but when I started this show, I said that timidity and shyness is not a good positive attribute for children. In Nigeria, they would think that, oh, if my pikin know they talk, they talk. It's too quiet. It's too quiet. Now, good thing, say quiet. If you talk. It not be good thing, my people. It not be good thing. No, it not be good thing. So all this they send pikin go school early. So a lot of parents, because of I don't feel to blame them like that, because now the lifestyle for them now for Nigeria not easy to make ends meet for that place. It's not easy. Not be say easy for here too. Norwegian children start school during the calendar year. Somebody is saying something about Norwegian children here. They reach age 6 before they start. See, me personally, I feel like Nigerians they do the stress children. Yeah, I'm going to share my link now. If anybody wants to join me, I like having chats like having a conversation. I'm sharing it now. Yeah, Annabelle was the one that said that they start school during the calendar year in which they reach the age of 6. See, that's good. Yeah, Nenka, timidity is not a good thing. Children need to be able to speak out. Teach your children to be confident. When I was doing one of my placements, when I was training to be a social worker. I did it in school, in a school. It was a primary school. And we started teaching some children about confidence buildings. Now, how the thing say they start with that? So that's how I know that, you see, and some of these issues that we face as adults, it don't start when we be picking. Now, the thing don't start. Not be today. I'm telling you. It don't start. Not be today, it don't start. So you go see some of these children, you don't start from home. Maybe something is going on in the home that is not quite all right. For here, they pay attention well. So they go notice. They'll notice the children that are not smiling so much, the children that don't have money for school dinner, so they will identify them as, that they might be in need. They call it children in need or child in need. So the school go come, they do a lot to support them. They will even reach out to the families to see if there's anything that, the school or social services, before you know, they don't make referral to social services. They don't come knock your door. They go tell you, say, school don't refer. It is from those referrals that you find out that a lot of parents know well. Like some of them that are struggling with addiction. A lot of parents, whether they struggle with addiction, for instance. I feel like, say, I don't deviate, but I'll come back now. Now, through all those things, now you go take note. So, we talk about how this parent did not know for 7 whole years that the daughter was going through so much. She didn't know. 7 years. How come? What happened? What happened? And why? There was a bill one time that was sponsored in Nigeria that it was talking about the age of consent, that they wanted to increase it. I think that was when they were saying that they were increasing it to 18. That bill did not pass. That was during, I think it was during Jonathan. Was it during Jonathan? Yeah, must have been during Jonathan. It didn't pass. All those Sharia people for the House of Rep, when themselves, they marry small girls. If you see all their wife, their third wife now 14-year-old, now they marry. 13-year-old, now they marry. So they're not let the bill pass. That's why I'm saying that. I know they like to talk all those Nigeria politics matter because it vex me. It vex me. They didn't allow it to pass. So today now, I don't even know what the age of consent is in Nigeria. When I started, I was asking you guys. Some people say it's 18. Some say it's 16. So I don't know. Some people said it's 12. I don't know. So they don't arrest them now. And because they've got CCTV, thankfully, this might actually go somewhere. Yeah, this might actually go somewhere. This might actually go somewhere. It might actually go somewhere. Thank God. It might actually go somewhere. So, yeah, we are waiting to see what will happen. Waiting to happen to this one. Let's see what's happening, because with Nigeria, now who know man. But the way they publicize this one, they made it so public. I don't even know, say Lagos State government get Twitter accounts, so they can't tweet the matter. So I want to believe that will have some sort of, an impact on it. Yeah. It will have an impact on it, because this is so not on. And you know what? It's not just happening. It's not only, it's happening everywhere in Nigeria, except you are not on social media. Yeah. The mother noticed it. She noticed something was going on. Then she started to put the CCTV. But this was 7 years later. The first 7 years, why did the girl not feel confident to go and speak to her mother? That's why, having a relationship with your children that they can come to you to talk to you is very, even though children can be very, very funny. No matter some children, no matter how how you try to make them feel like, okay, there's no consequences. No, I can say even 9 years old for not. Yes, I'm telling you. But if you tell children that there won't be any consequences, just talk to me. Come and talk to me. Because children can be very, very secretive. They go hide something. They no go talk until they are adults. And that thing will happen. It might even be happening inside the family with a family member. That's why all of you that are parents, they careful the kind of people they let to live with you now. All this extended family, if somebody will come to live with you. Especially in Nigeria, it happens a lot. You know how people will come and be squatting with you. One old baba that is old enough to have his own family will come and be living in your house where you have young children. You don't know what's going on. You don't know. I mean, I don't want to sound paranoid, but these days you have to be careful. If you are a parent, your primary duty as a parent is to make sure your children are safe. That is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Make sure that your children they are safe. If you cannot provide safety, if you like, send them go Oxford, send them go Cambridge. When they are damaged mentally and emotionally, all that education are waste of your money. You wasted your money basically. My people, there's so much rise in this thing that is alarming. Yeah, audience says you should be open with your children, discuss everything, tell them your expectation. Tell them that they can talk to you and they shouldn't be afraid. I mean, back in the days, children used to be afraid to go and talk to their parents. Not all, but a lot of parents, the way we were raised, you won't have that confidence to go and talk to them and go and tell your dad, you know, this is happening. But for moms, some moms still tried. Yeah. Get close to your child. Some moms still tried. But another thing that children will battle with is, would they believe me? Would they believe me? It's not only girl child alone. No, the Lord is my shepherd. I tell you, this one even happened to a member of this Obodooyinbo TV. She called me on the phone a while ago and told me her experience. It is her son that the stepson was doing it to her child. Thank God she's out of that marriage now. She was married to a man who was married before. He lied to her, according to what she told me. She didn't know he was married before. He had children, grown-up children. He said the man who tell her a lie. Say it was after she got married to him that she found out that he was married before and he has grown-up children. So when they started living together, the children started coming to visit their father. Waiting go talk now, they're already married. She had a child already. She was pregnant for another child, so she stayed. You know, she told me that the son came to her to tell her that the boy, her stepson, was opening his what I go call her now. I said, would they use it? They open his prick. He opened his prick and asked the boy to be sucking it. He tied the boy to the sucking prick. So the boy can't go tell him, mama. She now went and told the mother and said, Mommy, is it you that say I should be sucking uncle's lollipop? Now she shouts, say, which lollipop? Maybe don't tell and say, now why I say, could they use the real name be that? Yeah. Ineka, you dey shout ba? Yeah. For this my platform, this Obodooyinbo family member, and I call me, tell me this matter. When he first tell me, I shout. I say, what? How old was the boy? He said he was 3 years old. Your stepson did this? I said, what do you do about him? She told her husband, and the husband came and spoke to the boy. I said, the boy remained in your house. He said, yes. She was even going to America. She took the boy along to America. In the same boy that did this to your child. And I say, are you mad? What is wrong with you? Don't you know the implication of this thing? If the boy can't be funny tomorrow night, you go say, he say, you don't remember. How do you know? You can't have person, they get flashes when you are adult. You go remember what happened to you as a child. Even if you not fit, you know, you go get flashes, go remember. Thank you. Come on, says sister. Yeah, 391 people watching. I beg. Mona, help me hit the like button. Would they talk? I like to talk all this talk because they are not entertaining. But we have a lot of issues in our society that we need to talk about. Not be all the time when they talk just way sweet. Because we need to learn. Everybody needs to learn. These things are happening within our people. We can't just cover our eyes and everybody will go to bed and sleep and pretend as if nothing is happening. Now tell and say, so the boy followed now. When they went to America, they relocated to America, the boy followed them, was living in the same house with them. And you allowed him. She said there was nothing she could do. But eventually, you know, when her marriage broke down with the man, the so-called man, you see what I'm saying? Our culture is enabling, it enables all these things to happen. No consequences. The father didn't take any action. Which reasonable father will have a son that you know he's sick? You dey tell your younger son, this is your son from another woman. You dey tell the other one, say, make it come dey put in mouth. Make it put in mouth. The father no do anything. He didn't do anything about it. He not do anything about him. He just talk to the boy, caution and make him no do him again. But are you with them all the time? How do you know what they are going to do or what they are not going to do? So the Lord is my shepherd. I just said that to let you know that it's not only girls that suffer from abuse. That is a very, very good example I've just given you, my brother or my sister. I don't know whether you are male or female. It's like someone wants to join us. Yeah, I'm going to add you now if you are ready. Yeah, I like this conversation to be more interactive. Make una join me. Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. What's your name?
Flo.
Flo. Hi, Flo. Where are you? Are you your location?
UK.
I like to know the You're in the UK. Oh, you're my neighbor. Hello, my neighbor.
Hey.
You're welcome, sis. What do you have to say? We are talking about this issue of Baba Ijesha that happened in Lagos.
Yeah, I'm going to be quite open with you and the audience and tell you that I come from a place of that experience as a child. I actually started when I was 2 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So one second. The only reason why I started school when I was 2 years old was because my brother's home teacher noticed that I was actually very good at maths. And he obviously told my parents, but I went to a private school, a private convent school. And it was in that school that eventually I met my molester. And he was one of the boys that the taken in. Yeah, it was one of the boys that the nuns had taken in. He was only 17 years old. So obviously to me, he was a giant because, you know, I'm only 2, you know, so, and a grown man. But the funny thing I noticed was that I came to realize that he started to follow me to the bathroom. And even as a 2-year-old, even though my mother is the typical African woman, she will never talk to you about sex. She will never talk to you about your vagina. She will not even tell you about a period. My mom is that classic African woman. She will not talk. She'll just look at you. And if you say to her, Mom, I'm bleeding, she's the type, she'll just get you towels and then go put it in your pants. You know that type of mom? And then there is no other conversation. I mean, now at this age, you know, past 30, so I can kind of see the funny sides of it, which is quite amusing of my mother's personality. But it actually does depend on the child, you know, that you send to the school and their behavior and how wise they are, to be very honest. Because yes, every parent likes to have a genius in their family. You know, it's like a blessing, you know. White people, black people, the moment they have a child that is like more intelligent than they should be for that age group, they will send you to school. And under the French system, you have the right to put your child in, you know, even in primary 1, as opposed to kindergarten, if they prove to be more intelligent than their peers. You know,
so you mean your parents sent you to a boarding school at age 2?
No, they didn't send me to a boarding school. It was a day school, but it was a convent.
Oh,
you know, it was a convent. And most people, to their minds, would think that because it's a convent, you are safe in the convent because it's mostly nuns that run it.
Right.
And it's the same convent was actually attached to the church where I received my Holy Communion eventually, which was kind of like really strange, you know. And this guy would start trying to play, you know, in my panties every time I wanted to urinate, you know. And within me as a child, and I still remember it vividly like it was yesterday, I knew it was wrong. I did not feel comfortable with it. I did not like it. And I found it very, very bizarre, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, and then there's a sense of shame that covers you as well, you know, with this. But the thing is, I was lucky because my father, who's more of an intellectual, an old school intellectual, at first I was kind of hesitant to have that conversation with my dad until it happened, like, you know, like a second, third time, if I remember. And eventually, you know, I had to tell my father that there was this bizarre thing happening, almost like a ritual to me as a child. And my father was the type that you touch his child, you die. That's just his policy. You touch his child, you die. And he was paying enough money for that school to put his children in there. And for that to happen under the nose of so-called, you know, Jesus Christ, God and its watchers, was beyond an offense to my dad. It was just like beyond an offense. So when we had the conversation, my father was looking at me kind of hesitantly, but he knew that I would never come up with that sort of conversation.
Yeah.
So he looked at me and he said to me, what is he doing in your pants? So I said to my father, it's his hand. It's his hand. And my father didn't need any more graphic description, nothing like that. The next thing I knew, my father took me back to school and then called, what do you call it, the Reverend Mother? And they had to have that conversation. And unbeknownst to me, my father had already made a telephone call because, I mean, I was one of those fortunate children with very well-off, you know, parents. So he'd already made a phone call to my uncle, who's an army general. And it was obvious from what had happened that nobody was going to reason with my father. There were no passages in the Bible you could give my dad about forgiveness. He was not interested. He said, listen, when I put this child here, I specifically told you. First of all, to him, he said, personally, he wouldn't have taken me to the school if my mother hadn't insisted. Because my mother was very much into, you know, image of the society, being the grand dame, you know, she's the type, she'll sit amongst her friends. And when people are talking about their children, she'll just look at you, you know, down her nose and she'll be going, yeah, but mine is very intelligent and started school at 2 years old. What is your own still doing at home? You know, that sort of thing. Mine can read. Mine can speak language. Mine can do this. Mine can do that. But exactly. But even though yours can do this, yours can do that, my problem with my mother is that she was in a very comfortable situation being married to my father. So therefore, babysitting or child minding were not an issue to her.
Right.
So therefore, why would you push your husband, my father, to take your child out of a safe, comfortable home, which had the highest walls you could see around the entire neighborhood, and then have your child so brutally exposed to real life, which really at 2 years old, you're still so innocent.
A baby.
You know, you're still so a baby. Yeah, that those type of things are kind of like a shock to your soul. It's not even just to your mind, but it's just to your soul. because you're thinking, well, all the other adults that I know don't do that to me. So why would I encounter this 17-year-old who was taken in, obviously, from a poor family to come and be trained in this convent? And occasionally the nuns were so careless, because they were our teachers. They were so careless, they would disappear up, I suppose, for prayer, and then leave this guy to watch us. But can you really trust a baby girl? Because I mean, I come from, at that age, really, there was no such thing as homosexuality or whatever. You know, I never saw it on television or whatever. But obviously, your female child's safety around a male should be more of concern then. You see what I mean? So my father didn't say much, but I knew that immediately I was withdrawn from that school. I was removed. My father just told my mother, I mean, they had the hottest argument I've ever witnessed between my parents. And my father was like, this child is not coming out of this house until she legally obliged to be in school. Nobody is touching my child. And my father told my mother point blank, if you keep insisting, I will divorce you and have custody of my kids. And it's like, that was not me. That's how hot he was, you know? And till this day, I remember my mother, I mean, she died last year in April, but till this day, I remember my mother still having some resentment because I was also my father's favorite child amongst four. I was my father's favorite child. So she would never discuss the incident. My mother would act like everything was normal in the house. My father was the one that looked more, was cringing, you know, like as a man, he was cringing, and he was more worried about my mental and emotional health than my mother, which was very, very strange, because when I was being raised, my father wasn't really at home. My mother was at home. So therefore, the natural nurturer should have been the person who spent more time with me. But it wasn't my mother.
For sharing your story with us. I mean, it takes quite a lot to be vulnerable. I mean, I know you've gone through the process, and for you to be able to share, you've been through that experience and you are in a stronger place now. I just want to ask, can you lower your TV or where you're watching me from, please? So you don't need to echoing.
I don't have a TV on.
No, where the phone where you're watching
I don't have a TV on because the phone where you're watching me from. Okay.
If you mute
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to say the person that the abuser was in the school.
The abuser was in the school. Yeah.
So you may not have been the only person that had this experience.
That's the thing, because it became a big scandal because he got arrested by my uncle. The young man got arrested by my uncle. He was only 17. It's only when I got to the age of like 15 that I then realized how young he was. You see what I mean? And unfortunately, because of my father's position, this young man faced the firing squad. But my father hoped that I would never find out. Wow. So he's not allowed to even tell the tale today.
Wow. Wow. Your father was your savior. He's your hero. He's your hero.
Yeah. He's always been my hero. And
thank God for fathers like that.
Yeah. I was a bit saddened because I remember one time I tried to approach my father. I think I was about 8 years old, and I wanted to talk about the whole thing. And my father kept like eyeing me like, okay, where is this child taking this? Because I used to I used to discuss everything with my dad. Yeah, like everything. When I go to church, when I took Holy Communion, what would happen when I heard about Jesus, you know, all sorts of things. So we used to have like deep conversations in his office. But when I mentioned that thing, my father, I remember my father tensing up. He tried to look relaxed, but he tensed up. And he looked at me and he went, "You still remember that thing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. He said to me, "You still remember that thing?" I said, "Yes, I know I'm 8 years old and I remember that thing and I'm never going to forget it." You know what I mean? And my father said to me, "But how does it feel to remember it?" And that was the thing that struck me even as an 8-year-old, because at the time my father and my mother were having this like debate about what they were going to do with their kids. Yeah, because my father's job involved a lot of international travel. And it came to a point where my brother and I, who's 2 years older than me, we went to my father and said to him, "You know what, we're sick and tired of school hopping. You know, oh yeah, it's nice, it's exciting to get in a plane, and then tomorrow you're in France, then the next place you're in Norway, you know, for a year, and then after that they remove you, and then oh, dad again has got promotion and we've got to go to the US." You know, it's like, whoa, the internet didn't exist then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this thing where my mother was going like, yeah, but you can write a letter to your friends.
Yeah.
Like, which child is going to sit down and write a letter to their friends? It's not going to happen. I might do it 2 or 3 times, but then that's it. And then always being the new kid in a school was kind of getting annoying, because you always had to sort of like, you know, improve your social skills to always talk to other children. You understand? And I was not one of those children. I'm talkative now. I mean, I'm expressive now, but really fundamentally, when I started school, I wasn't that child that spoke a lot. And I was the child you could borrow, you know, everything from. That's really the personality I was, you know, because I didn't know how to say no, because I didn't like to hurt people's feelings. And I found that people like to take advantage of it. And obviously, the thing that I must have learned from... No problem. But the thing that I realized that I learned from that particular incident being helped me to become a bit more assertive actually with people. So I wouldn't take nonsense. You know what I mean? If an adult tried to do something that
what advice do you have for parents in terms of safeguarding their daughters based on your experience? What's the best advice that you can give African parents? Oh, you're mute, Flo. We can't hear you. You're mute. Unmute your device, please.
Yeah, things of... Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's gone again.
What I would say to African parents is that children are not objects. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Children are not objects for competition or to compare yourself with your neighbor. 1. Yeah. Number 2, parents, especially women, need to have the basic body part discussion with their kids, because it is better coming from your parent than to come from a stranger.
Yeah,
it is better. Also, putting children in school is always a risk, whether they be 5 years old, whether they be 7 years old. It's always a risk, because I met my next pervert. I think I wrote it in your live chat section. I met my next pervert when I was 14 years old and I was in school in the UK. And that was one of the teachers. And he was sexually harassing that he thought were pubescent and coming into their womanhood. telling them that he wanted to be a girlfriend with them. So when people praise the UK, I'm looking at them and thinking like, really?
No, it happens everywhere. Because what? It happens everywhere. But at least there are consequences here, and people, when they are caught, there are consequences, and there are more avenues to report here, unlike Africa, where it is it's just under the carpet. So thank you so much, Flo. I appreciate you coming on.
You see, I don't understand really, because I mean, somebody's African experience is completely different from somebody's, somebody else's, to be very honest. Because my first pervert was in Africa. I was in the French school in Africa for a while, because my parents were now grounded, and my father had left Paris and he wanted to come back home. And that was the place. And I went to one of the best private schools over there, including Coven School. But the thing is, despite all those things, I still met a child molester or a pedophile or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Then I come to the UK, age 14. We are now residing here. I'm in school minding my own business. I'm coming into my own puberty as a female. I started my periods. I remember I was 13 years old. I never had that discussion with my mother. It was a case of, hey, you manage yourself. My mother was like, oh, yeah, okay, buy pads, and that's it. That was the only conversation with my mother. Oh, buy pads. You know, it's only going to last for about a week, and then after that, you'll be okay. That was my most only conversation. So it was good to have an African father who was learned and open enough, you understand, to have studied all his children and still remain open and available to his kids. Because yes, I mean, Africans have the Victorian attitude that children should be seen but not heard. They do. But it's not every African parent. Some Nigerian parents, I noticed, tend to act as if they children irritation, even though they'll tell you that they love their kids, but they act like they're an irritation. They interfere with their lives, blah, 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 blah. But one of the easiest places to get childcare in this world in which we live, is actually Africa. It is. You can have your childcare in your house. You can afford it. Here, you're torn between nannies, au pairs, and stuff like that. These people, even though they come with references, are you really sure your child is safe?
Yeah, even in Africa,
if they don't molest your kid,
you're never sure
sexually,
in Africa as well.
They might molest your kid physically by beating your child, doing all sorts of things to your child. You know what I mean? Most of my Nigerian friends that I know will tell you that they male guy friends will tell you that they actually lost their virginity with their house girls.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Is that child abuse? From what we have learned from the Western world, it is
that's abuse as well. Because Flo, thank you very much. I'm going to allow the next person to speak now. I appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much. I've got two other people waiting. So yeah. But what I can take away from what she was saying is that a lot of, she was saying something about how boys as well, I said it earlier that it's not only girls, boys as well. So I know what she said now is actually true, that a lot of boys growing up in Nigeria, because this is what I know, I'm not saying Africa because I know only Nigeria, they had their ever first sexual encounter with their house girls. Their parents' house girls, the house girls that their parents brought to the house to come and be cleaning, to be cooking, to be doing. Most parents are not aware of it because they are boys, they won't talk about it. But some of them were actually abused by those house boys, by those house girls and nannies or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's happening very frequently. Yeah, I got Common Sense Sister up.
To be good evening.
Good evening, my darling. Yeah, good evening. Welcome. Yeah, what do you have to say?
Let's go first. Okay. So this topic is very important. So thank you for speaking about it. And just like to piggyback off of what you were saying, that boys also get raped and molested. It reminded us of comedian Godon's, the guy that calls himself the comedy Berlusconi. think last year we said that he also was molested as a child by one of his parents' friends or his mom's friends or whatever, which is why he thinks that he was attracted to older women as he grew up. So
it's
good that we're having these conversations, and we're seeing that it's not only women or girls that it's happening to, but it's also happening to guys. Because in Nigeria, you would hear things like, and the housemaid did this to the son or to the daughter and whatever. But if they are the boys, they will tell them to hush. Oh, at least you're having your sex and sexual experience early. To be good for you to start early. It's seen as a thing that's supposed to boost the masculinity, but that's not the case. That's still a child, right?
No.
That's a child.
Yeah.
And what else? Do you also want to add?
I think I'm coming in from the angle of speaking. I want to come in from the angle of speaking like a child. That's how I want to approach this contribution for today. And thank you very much for this topic. So for me, this is my own sense of reasoning. Number one, I think that children should be seen as a whole human being. They can feel, they can think, they can sense, and they are very wise. I think they're even wiser than adults. They are very, very wise. That's why if you do something to a child, even when they are even babies, they can use their body reaction, the energy to know. For me, I think as early as a year or 2 years old, these are your parts. This is for this is for that. Don't allow anybody come here. Don't allow anybody touch here.
Yeah.
If somebody should do it, shout, scream. If somebody should tell you, don't tell your mommy, you will teach your children to say, I will report you to my mommy. Those of that brother, I will call the police on you. I will scream. Now we have phone. Even if they are not recording, I'm already on camera. They should speak. When they speak, when people were growing up sometimes, I think the time when I was also growing up, people would say, oh, your mouth is too sharp. Hey, you talk too much. I did the time when I got bullied. And I had to tell my mother. My mother said, when you go back to school, look at the person again. Pick something that you know will pain the person and say it. And anytime people talk to you anyhow, you talk back. I was very, very young. So I think even as from 2 years old, the children have the right to say, like my sister said when my sister was growing up, say, Mommy, I'm not going to see a male doctor for examination.
You said that, Ella?
Yes.
So anytime we went to the hospital, if I had to open up my body, he had to, even when I had nothing, he had to be a female doctor. That's what I'm comfortable with.
And your mom respected that.
Yes, consent.
Nobody can come and say you are lapping my daughter.
Consent for worry that time. Make I even enter PG that time. My mama say, no. That's so my pikin want and like this. Yeah, any female doctor no day.
We'll come back.
We go move this appointment to another time.
Well, thank God for your parents. Thank God for the kind of parents that you have, your mom especially, that allow that. If not some mothers, in this same thing where you talk so, some mothers, they carry their pikin go doctor. The pikin call the doctor, I want female doctor. I don't want this slap where she go chop.
Exactly. It could be hot slap.
That's true.
Another thing. Sorry, auntie. Another thing, a lesson teacher. You know, say for Nigeria, they get lesson teacher website. They come have they teach mathematics, expo for the mothers. Mothers, instincts will never be mothers, but mothers, your instincts support sharp past knife. Maybe they suspect everything. Maybe your idea grant for everywhere and anywhere. My mom still go just show up from work randomly.
No, some homes for Nigeria, the pikin go there inside room with the lesson teacher alone. You don't know what they're going for there. The next 2 hours, 3 hours, the parents don't even check to see. You know, at this day and age, I advise every parent, if you get any domestic help or you have people coming to your house anyhow, put CCTV everywhere.
Like, auntie, our mom, she was over present.
So
we were even tired. Like, God said, give us space. You are always there. Anytime. Even there was a time where one of our house girls baited me outside now. When she found out,
Wahala there everywhere. So as a mother, as a mother, your eye must tear everywhere. And anything that another expo for parents be say, your children are not too young to know about experiences.
Yeah.
Anything when happen, when you know, so they go learn from, not wait till when they are 10 years old, to say they will be wiser. Be telling them the story. I went to boarding school at 10. Before they had already know, say, this certain area, you cannot go there. I will scream, I will tell my mommy for you. And people not say, let them know that is like
that sentence, I will tell my mommy for you. It's so powerful.
And it's in another thing to say, it's now inside safe place. Now they kwanga children.
For your home. I read one experience of one young girl that, you know, when one uncle, they carry warrant for a parent's house.
Yes.
The uncle tell the small girl, say na medicine. Say if you let him put in pennies for to say na medicine. Yes. He said na medicine. Say me no tell him parents, say his parents go vex, say if they no let him receive the medicine. You know why she believed? She believed because her parents never tell her before, say, this kind of thing, not let person come near that place, if you touch her for any reason. You understand? That's why when Flo was saying that, you or somebody else, I don't know who said it in this conversation, said that your parents should be the one that will tell, no wait for somebody else, because if the parents, if you not tell your kid, they will let the wrong thing outside.
Exactly. Another expo for parents be this, be say, tell your children, say, any person when you say, don't tell mommy, don't tell that person is a bad person. Simple. If you and then parents when they carry their children, they say that they go they meet pastor, meet priest, they go
you open another kind of room.
What they do?
That one, not be today. That one, you go carry your teenage pikin when you know say don't they get bread.
Nights for prayers.
So go do deliverance. Go kind of go to the house, go drop. Single pastor where you not even get wife, not the one you get wife for.
We not listen to me that close wife episode that close story.
Nigerians believe auntie today. They believe to me that close wife. Did you say they believe the story? They believe they shamed her. Did they not shame what's her name?
Yeah.
Even the ones where we go they call everybody uncle and auntie for Nigeria.
Stop them.
This is not your uncle.
Stop them. Say your pikin now.
Uncle today is coming. Go and hug Uncle today. Go and hug him.
And then your pikin they talk say I don't want to. Then you
push them.
Respect the right of your children to say no. Your children need consent.
Even children must give consent.
Yeah, this my uncle why they talk the other day say he passed so. Now for him out I for learn when I was growing up in Nigeria that he does not allow his children to call anybody uncle and auntie. He said they are not your uncle, your uncle. Call them Mr. If his name is Odion, it's Mr. Odion. If his name is Shepherd, it's Miss Shepherd or Mrs. Shepherd. He said they are not. For Nigeria, even the teacher, they call their school teacher uncle and auntie. My uncle said everybody is uncle and auntie. And when somebody is uncle and auntie, the implication be say they be your family member.
Yes.
So how could I not get confused?
Even auntie, even now, it doesn't even need to even get to physical touching.
Even what?
There is sexual, where's this thing called? Verbal assault. You know, when your child is passing, he goes, this one he leg, he wiped, though. This your
right.
You get to Kebe, you get to
Kebe. And I'm going to marry this one for.
I know when they start for 3 years old, begin they tell you say, this one. Now me go marry him for my pikin. That nonsense needs to stop. Make somebody when you tell your pikin. Because to the talk that matter, follow pikin will be 7 years old. You don't sexualize the pikin already.
Yes, you don't think
you don't think say okay, this man. Say okay, this one, you go good. You don't think the wrong way. You don't think use that bad mind till they think they follow that small pikin already.
Exactly.
You know the program man. You see small girl, they think of how whether you want what you want to do, what if he has dreams, or what if you want to do. The only thing where if you think that marriage, who go marry him?
Auntie, we're on the bus one day coming back from Walmart, and this young girl entered inside the bus, fully dressed. Though now, when people go to say, is he dressing that is making the men to be aroused? Even if a woman is naked or a man, it does not give anybody the right.
For this part of the world, why be saying only Nigeria dressing the problem? Why is it not a problem here?
They were coming to this part. We are in Toronto.
Toronto story.
We get box. They mind our business. One young girl enter inside. There was another man. This girl was fully dressed to long sleeve shirt and everything. Teenager. Another man. And if you see the way he was looking at,
he used the IT on dress.
All the women in the bus. What are you looking at?
I changed my sitting position. I go sit in front of the man. So I look the man like this. Only come bending heads. Because you know what you're doing. Like you know what you're doing. Like you know
self-control. You know that self-control.
Speaking of power and control, auntie.
Yeah, somebody, wanna hold on, common sense sisters. Wanna just hold on. Now be my people, so no hurry. Felicia Kupola has been here.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's still here. Let me see what I go, Adam. Hello, Felicia.
Are they here?
Oh, my sister. Sorry, oh. I also you never vex for me.
No, while they enjoy the conversation.
You want contribute? You be want to join the team where we they talk this matter? A tired person, no. What do you get to talk?
My question is, that mama where they behave like saying that she be the hero now. When wrong, go house, carry CCTV or whatever she call that thing. Where that energy day when that became the 7 years old. Now they became the teenager. Teenagers we go do what they want to come house, throw away face, I say nothing happen. But for a baby, if they bath that pikin, you they wash that pikin clothes.
Yeah.
How come you don't notice anything? See, that mother too, they need to ask a question. She needs to answer. Not be saying they will only lock that man. She too should be suspect. Big time. Question be say, waiting there between her and that man.
What will be that relationship? Yeah.
With that man for 7 years.
Yes.
Then be family friend, then be family, then they date.
Yeah, somebody they talk say maybe for until they come in house, he go leave house. He leave house for Baba Ijesha. He come out house completely. Leave both of them. So that means she's not be stranger. Like, you know they come their house for a long time, not be stranger.
No, you are not. You have questions. You have to answer some questions too. You are not the hero. She has a lot of things to answer to. A 7-year-old baby, that woman deserves slap for her face. She know the.
So you blame her, say she don't notice on time. Why you think say the girl no tell him, Mama, Felicia?
Just like you talk, you know, say for our side, really for Nigeria, we don't let our pikin talk. See, my 7-year-old here now like lawyer. You know, if you talk anything, make she no give you answer 10 times. Now me going with her say, no, get your time.
You go ask you question, you go answer. You know, time I say Ben.
You go tell you say why. If you tell her say no do this thing, you must find reason. Wait, tell me she no do that thing. I get daughters. Everybody feel call me crazy. Oh, I see the bath my pikin. She's 8. She will be 9. I see the bath her. If I the bath my pikin, I tell her say, even me will be your mama. If I touch you for where I not supposed to touch, I not supposed to touch you. Open mouth make you report me. If your papa do open mouth make you report him. No ever cover up for me. The only time I get right to touch you now if I the bath you. If I no bath you, I don't get any right to touch any part of your body.
God bless you. You talk him. You hit the nail for head. Now, what all of us supposed to tell our children? When you all this matter who they talk to my sister. I feel say government still get role to play for this matter where we're for Nigeria. Honestly,
but they tell pikin keep quiet. That my uncle no talk for where.
Everybody now be uncle. Everybody now be auntie.
Protective of my children. They call me crazy. I am crazy when it comes to my kids. Call me crazy if you like. But if you mess with my children, I will tear you like wolf.
So what if you say we go learn for this matter so because they make better sense like common sense sisters now? What if parents, Nigerian parents, especially when I know they this part of the world, instead they happen for this part of the world, but now Nigeria this thing plenty fast, including boys, where they kill our boys too.
Yes.
So they kill our boys for Nigeria. Nobody they talk. Everybody do as if they know they see what they happen. I'm one of this matter.
Shut, hush. The only thing we go change this thing is allow these kids to talk. Listen to your children. Children know they tell lies. I don't care what anyone says. Children will always talk. Pikin know they lie.
Even if they lie, you think Pikin tell you that this kind of thing happen, can't believe them first until it is proven. Until it is proven that is a lie. You can't believe and say, for Pikin to get courage, to come tell him, Mama, Papa say, this one could touch me for this place.
8 years old. If you don't want to hear the truth, not tell her answer question. Because she will tell you as it is. If you wear clothes when no good, you ask her, she will tell you. If I say, why this I say, because she tell me to always say the truth. So do you want to hear the truth or not? She will tell you as it is. And I'm proud and I'm thankful for that. Allow
now which country you today? Felicia.
I did for USA, I did Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, God bless you. They make better sense. You try. Continue. We need to do more. If we not talk this matter, I not go change. We need to talk on the matter hard. It heavy for mouth.
It would not.
You know, if our church said that they cover her up, that they you know, make I tell you what happened for UK.
Even my pikin
Nigerian pastor for this London. Where would they so he go kill one small boy for their church. Now their church member picking. Yes. The church
they for hush because na pastor.
If they jail them,
Because
they
na
send and
pastor.
go jail for this part of the world because you know, say for this kind of thing, you try for this part of the world, you go jail straight away. So he go jail, but you know the worst part, the church still receive him back when he come back. He still be
Of
pastor.
course. Na man of God. Na man of God. Now they kill us, they go so. Allow
I
children
want
to
to do this
come.
kind of
Listen to
thing.
your kids. Be friend. Make you be your picking friend. And I always tell people, if you do not bring up your child, the street will bring up your child. And believe me, you don't want the street to bring up your child for you. You don't want the street to bring up your child.
Thank you
Street bring
so
up
much.
picking up. Your own don't finish.
You don't Bafuka. All your effort is in vain. Thank you, my dear sister.
Thank
Make
you,
her
Auntie.
add.
Thank you, Auntie. This is
Thank
my
you.
first time calling in, and I really appreciate you accepting me.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you so much.
Uru
You make
Baba.
so much sense. Thank you. Ogechi, where did you go? Come back. Ogechi was here just now. She don't disappear. Ogechi, come back. I want to hear what you have to say. So come back. Let's hear what you have to say.
Okay,
Come on,
come back.
sisters.
Ha! Felicia, you'll be queen.
We get auntie when they call Felicia. Now we know
Felicia scatter the matter. Me say we come to talk again. There's a buy a man here.
And the same people they enjoy Felicia.
Felicia, you'll be
So
queen.
get be like say okay, she don't come back. Oh, this somebody else. Make we meet.
Hello, Mr. Raji, you're welcome.
Hi, hello, sis at Obodooyinbo TV. How are you?
I'm all right, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Thanks for joining me. Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
contribute?
Yes, I want to.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing this topic on. And I
Thank
think
you.
as parents, we need to learn and we need to have this conversation
Right.
with our kids. You said something that really struck me, and actually, it's kind of related to this, but not really. And trust me, I'm not going to divert you or digress you from the main topic. You said something, and that thing hit me. And that thing is that you said we should be having a very good conversation with our kids. That's number one. Then, secondly, we should build in a confidence in our kids so that our kids will have the confidence and the boldness to come out and speak out.
Yeah.
And that is where I want to give you a very, very good example of what happened to me when I was a kid.
Yeah. Hold on a minute.
Came from.
Just hold on a second there. Let me take this call. I think someone is calling in.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
I've
no
lost
problem.
the person. I've lost the person. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. As a kid, I think I want to say this. I come from a very big polygamous house. And you know what happened in polygamous house. You always want to keep your mom will always want to keep you and protect you. And I happen to be a very, very brilliant kid when I was young. Like you mentioned, I went to school very early. And what I want to say is this. Because I was brilliant and my mother was trying to protect me, being the only child of hers in that family and the whole entire world, my mom didn't have any kids. So in the midst of trying to protect me, he's trying to keep me down, not trying to say a lot of things. If I want to do something, he will say, no, don't do it. Even, do you know, if I get a report card from school, all my siblings probably will fail, and I will be the number one. They will say, you have to hide your card or something like that. Okay, this is where I'm going. Because of that, I lack confidence in trying to speak out for myself.
Wow.
And that makes me to if I do anything, I'll be thinking, no, it's not good enough. You know why? Because I was being brought up not to speak out.
Yeah.
I was being brought up not to show my talent.
Oh, yes.
You see, do you know at Obodooyinbo and anybody that is hearing me, this thing affected me up till today.
Of course.
That do you know that sometimes I will do something and I will be trying to, do you know many times I will type on Facebook or I will type on social media, I will delete it because of what? Because I'm doubting myself that is this good? It got to a point that even, I don't need to say this, I work in the bank, I'm a chartered accountant. And do you know that sometime in the office, I'll come up with something, but I'll keep it under my desk. Do you know this thing? Somebody else will do the same and publicize it. And I will be like, I have done this thing before. Why didn't I show it out? I like that confidence. Until now, I'm started trying to build myself up. So, in a nutshell, people should not put down their kids.
Yeah.
You should be talking to them, communicating with them, have a good relationship with them, identify their talent, and try to let them be bold enough to speak out for themselves.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I know you said that, because of your upbringing, it affected your confidence, but you are doing well. You are doing very well.
Yeah.
I know it's a process, but I just said that so that I want parents to know that whatever happens to children when they are growing up, it affects them as adults. This is what we learn from child development. I learned it in school. It's about the way, the children, when you develop your children in a way that you build their esteem, their confidence, when they grow up, they will be so assertive. Anywhere they go, my brother, they go there assertive. You see, as they talk, you are doing something that in your office, even though you have good ideas.
I like that, self-esteem.
Yeah, it affects your esteem because you grew up, with people, maybe because your parents didn't know, your mom didn't know any better, polygamy and all the wahala that comes with it. So she was trying to hide you. And there's a reason
exactly.
There's a reason, my brother.
I know. I'm
doing it for a reason because polygamy, she didn't want you to shine so that they will not hate you. Because that one will bring another wahala again. You understand?
Yeah, I know.
But unfortunately, she was doing it and it had impact on you. Your mental and emotional confidence was affected. You understand? So now as an adult, you have to now work on yourself to make sure that, I'm good enough. I know this thing, I can do it. And thank God that, with people like you who are aware, you can now translate that to your own children to make sure that
definitely.
They're not affected like that you give them the boldness and the confidence to pick up.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Do you know, sometimes I have this skill of writing, and I'll write stories and I'll write scripts myself. And do you know what? After 2 days, I'll tear it apart because I'll say, oh no, this is not good enough. And there was a time someone saw a story that I wrote and I said, this is a Nollywood standard. Why are you not developing? I said, no, I don't have time for that. That's the it's a self-esteem thing. And I thank God that I'm trying to fight it, even in my.
You don't need to do it by yourself. Thank God there's help available here. You can get some help. When you go for some kind of counseling with not psychologists, what do they call them again? The other one of psychologists is psychologists. Yeah, psychologists, not psychiatric. Psychologists. They will help you.
Yeah.
And reading as well. Reading and affirmation. Self-affirmation, saying things to yourself over and over again will help. So thank you so much for contributing.
Thank you.
Can I add something before he goes?
Yes.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, another thing, sir. We really appreciate you for.
Thank you.
You have no idea how confident your speaking is today.
And you're even a man.
You have opened the floodgates of wisdom.
Thousands of people to come and hear you speak.
You have aroused some cautiousness in young men, old men, any male. That is what you have done. That's the power of this story.
Using your story, and you dare to do differently.
Yes. Another thing that I wanted to suggest about this affirmation thing is, I like to listen to Les Brown on YouTube. I like to listen to him, like the whole motivational
and saying things.
Because when repetition is like when you keep hearing those words,
you're great, you are good. What you create is yours. Nobody can take it away from you.
The opinion about you is none of your business. So do what you are meant to do. Whether another person likes it or not, that is who you are. There can never be two of you. There can never be two. And every time you doubt yourself, your progress is tied to other people's progress. So when you are progressing, people who are supposed to progress benefit from your greatness,
your fruit, your tree.
Yes,
your tree is the tree of life.
Exactly,
you are the branch. You are the root. So if for other people to grow, for example, that movie,
you need to grow as well.
If you had written it and you've gone along with it, many actors would have come, many producers, directors, film, everybody would have been impacted. So you are living a life of purpose. And everything that you have, Les Brown will say, you must give everything you have.
He said, live full and die empty. That is what Les Brown You have to live cool and
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Rejects anything that you are saying.
That's their opinion.
That's their loss.
That's their opinion.
Because the greater one is in front.
Of course.
Yeah, that's true. I
So
really
that's my
appreciate that.
encouragement for you, Mr. Raji. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good evening.
Yes. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to add Blessing. I've got Blessing waiting. There's somebody that's been trying to join me for a while now. Her connection is not too good. Ogechi, there's something, your connection keeps fluctuating. I'm not sure where you are. So if you'd like to join me, if you can't get through by joining the live stream, you can text me or call me on WhatsApp. I've got my WhatsApp number on the screen. So just call through WhatsApp if it's easier because your connection is kind of fluctuating. So we got Blessing. Blessing, you're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. Okay. Where are you calling from?
Ottawa, Canada.
Hi, you're welcome. What do you have to say?
Yeah, so I wanted to contribute to the discussion and kind of share my own personal experience and like the importance of parents, intentional parenting and parents encouraging their children to be assertive. So I had two close experiences, and it's only God and, should I say, my assertiveness as well that saved me. So one was literally in my father's house, like, so, and this is after this experience, they stopped doing this thing. I don't know, parents used to have like people that handymen that they know that come in, maybe any carpentry work that's in the house or any electrical work that's in the house, they have their own person that they go to come and fix because they kind of trust them or whatever. So we had like, electricians, a specific electrician that used to come, specific carpenter, and all of that. So this electrician has been coming for so long, everybody knew him to the point that he can come when my parents are not at home. But thank God that my auntie was at home. My dad used to have some of his relatives living with us as well that he was helping.
So this was Nigeria?
Yeah, this was when I was in Nigeria. I was in primary school. The two experiences were when I was in primary school. That's the sad thing. So, so I was the only one around and he needed to use the bathroom. And he told me he's going to get tissue for him because my parents used to hide toiletries so we don't finish it. So I brought the tissue for him, and this guy was literally on the other side of the door, inside the toilet, while I was on the outside side of the door. And I was stretching my hands to give him the tissue because, the way I was brought up, it was strange to enter the toilet of a grown man, right? Yeah. So the tissue is here for you. The man was not saying, no, I should come inside and give him the tissue. Mm-hmm. And even though I was a child, common sense was like, this thing is strange. As if you're far inside the toilet, you're literally at the door and you cannot just stretch your hand. I just knew this was strange. And as I said, that assertiveness, I was a very bold child. So I just dropped the tissue on the floor and like kind of, hissed and went away. I was like, this thing's not making sense. Thank God now it's going to report to my auntie immediately because my parents were not at home. And even though my parents did not really talk to me about it, after that day, I never saw him again in their house.
So and also they did something to shut him out of your life.
Exactly. And on we also used to have carpenter coming to fix things in the house. All of that stopped. No special person coming to the house again.
Good.
Then the other experience now, this is the worst type, was from so I was in primary 5 and this boy was in primary 6. And we used to have, and it makes me wonder what exactly was going on in this boy's house. Anyway, we used to have after school program, and the school bus will come and carry you back home after school. Sorry, we'll come and carry you back to school again for the after school program, like clubs and all of this. It's optional whether you want to go or not. So that evening, I went for clubs that evening or whatever. So because it's optional, it's very few people that go. So that day it was only 2 of us on the bus. But there was bus driver, there was bus auntie, but they were all there at the front of the bus gisting and like completely not even monitoring the fact that there were 2 children alone at the back of the bus. So I was just there sitting down minding my business. The boy now came to sit beside me. He now started telling me that, he was like, it was so strange. He was like, oh, can I put my hand under your skirt? Can I put my hand under your blouse? That, oh, I've done this to other girls. He was telling me names of girls that they allowed him. And I was so uncomfortable. That was like the longest bus ride I've ever experienced. And like I was visibly shaking. And in my mind, I was like, can this bus auntie and bus driver see? Like, look at the back and see that, you know, you're supposed to be monitoring these children. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God the bus, we finally got to school and he was this thing unsuccessful. Immediately, as I went home, once again, I reported to my mother because I had that kind of relationship with my parents. I'm not sure what he did, but since that experience, every time she'd be asking me, did anybody try to say they want to put you under the skirt? Did anybody try to do this? So for me, I just wanted to like use this as an example of intentional parenting. When you give
your parents did good. They did good. Yeah. They did good. I mean, we talk about poor parenting in Africa a lot, but I mean, your parents did very good. Common Sense Sisters too said something that their mom was doing that was excellent. So it's not all now. We now know that some parents really took the right decisions in terms of parenting and they did well with their children. So thank you so much, Blessing, for joining us. Yeah, thanks a lot. So I got Ogechi finally. Ogechi has been trying to get here forever. Okay, Chi, let me take this call, then we'll talk, yeah? Just hold on. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Evening. Yeah, who am I speaking with, please?
You are speaking with Omo Mama.
Oh, Omo Mama, I saw you in the comment section just now.
Well, I'll just be brief.
Okay, ma.
I won't share my experience as a child, but it was horrible. I grew up in a polygamous home, and my mom never taught me anything about, body parts. The only thing they will tell you is if any man touches you, you get pregnant.
Aha. Mama, that is African parents. That's their item. If you touch a man, you are pregnant. If a man touch you, you are pregnant.
Yes. So I got to learn on my own where the man will touch me and I'll get pregnant.
Okay.
So that is by the way. But I had a child. I trained my child. Yes. I told my child, your penis is your penis.
Yes.
Don't call it a bomb or whatever.
Yes.
Your penis is your penis.
Yes.
If anybody touches you, tell me.
Yes.
I will arrest the person.
Yes.
But my fear now is he's not here with me. I now realize that when I speak with him now, because he's with grandma, he doesn't speak much.
Oh dear.
But when I was back home, so he could tell me anything. And when I talk to him, he wants to know if I do this, what happens, and I tell him the consequence. I'm telling you, when he was just less than 7 years old.
So he's in Nigeria with grandma, and you are in the US.
I'm in Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So he asked me questions then. He wants to know the consequences, and I will tell him. But now, when I call him, I want to have interactions with him, talk to him. He doesn't talk much. I feel so bad.
When was the last time you saw him?
It's been almost 5 years now.
Oh, how old is he?
It should be he's 13 now.
Yeah, this is the thing that migrating does to families, isn't it? It's hard.
I feel so bad. I feel bad, and I know the reason why.
Yeah.
Because I know grandma.
Yeah, grandma cannot parent like you.
Yes, when he wants to talk, grandma will be like, that high now that they will be looking like only that high alone. You will not.
You shut up.
No, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because I know my son.
Yeah.
I know him when he was little. He tells me everything.
Yeah.
He talks to me, but now he rarely talks.
Yeah.
Sometimes he will just send voice note and just, I feel bad. Sometimes I cry.
Oh,
because I know a lot of things that has changed in his life because I'm not there.
Yeah.
And that is not there.
I mean, what you can do, sometimes these things, you don't have control over them, because of immigration and things like that. What you can do is make sure that he has a phone and you always top up credit for him. And,
I do that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Even when I call him, I want to talk to him in private. Before you know, grandma has popped up her face. She wants to be there.
Grandma has no joy. Grandma has no joy at all.
I can't even talk.
Oh, thank you so much, Mama. Yeah. Yeah.
2,000.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be able to take your son. Yeah, by the grace of God, you'll be able to take your son. The best place for your child is to be with you. Now, I don't care how good mama, grandmama is. My child is not going nowhere. They are with me. But I know, I understand that some circumstances, there's nothing you can do. But I pray for you, and I hope that by the grace of God, very soon you'll be able to take your son and keep praying for him. He's safe. You know, teenagers, they go through a lot of phases. Maybe he's just going through puberty and he's angry. You are not there. Dad is not there. So let's not rush to think that something terrible is happening. But by the grace of God,
because I know my son, I have that feeling. I know if he's going through something, he was less than 7. He would tell me.
Yeah.
So at this stage,
unfortunately, because you are not there, it's difficult because you know, children, the longer you stay away, your memory begins to fade. That's what happens with children. But yeah, it will be all right by the grace of God. As soon as you can take him, just take him and let him be with you. Hopefully, just keep praying for him and everything will be all right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Really enjoy your program.
Thank you, Mama. God bless you.
My sisters in Toronto, well done.
Yeah, common sense sisters. They are greeting you. They are my We're presenting this show together. Thank you, Mama. God bless you, sis. Everything will be all right, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, bye. Ogechi. I'm not talking to anybody until I talk to Ogechi. Ogechi has been trying and trying and trying. Welcome, Ogechi. Where are you? Where in this world are you, Ogechi? Oh my God. I hope our internet is strong enough.
I'm in Germany. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, your German machine internet is behaving funny. Don't you have fast internet in Germany?
Yeah. I want to make a quick contribution about the topic. Is very nice, and I've watched it several times on the internet. My own contribution is, I think all these people, all these what did they call them?
Yeah.
They are coming from different homes, and to be honest, all these people, some of them are our family members, our friends, and our well-wishers. I think, and I'm appealing that if we find out that any of our friends or our family members are into this act, we should seek help. We should send them to the psychologist. They need help because I think this is a disease or a sickness.
They need to go to jail. They will get that treatment in jail.
Yeah, let's seek help for them because they don't even know what they are doing. Because if they look outside, they don't see. They will still come inside the family and take advantage of our own brothers or our own sisters. So
yeah,
I think
vulnerable people. Yeah.
Even if they are our friends or our family members, immediately we find out, even if they are small. Because I know there's one time I take my children to the street, I saw one small boy. The way he was running around with my children, I was not feeling comfortable. I think if I'm the family, if I know the parents, I will still tell them to go and take their son. And no, because if he continue like this, he may be one of these people we are talking about today. That's my own contribution. They need help. That's the only thing I want to say. Thank you
so much, Ogechi. I appreciate you. God bless you. Right. I got Babim. Babim is here, but let me take this call before I come to you, Babim. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah, who am I speaking with?
I want to share my story a little.
Right.
And as the woman was talking, you know, those are friends that our parents traveled and left us for our grandmother. We suffered. We suffered. It's a memory I don't wanna retell the story.
Oh.
Anytime I talk about it, it's tears. It's pain. I have to go through therapy, you know, even when I came to America. And the last one that was so hurting was my auntie's husband, who I couldn't tell. And to tell you, to tell you the truth, if they give me poison to put in that man's food, I will do it right now. It was your uncle. Is he related to you? It was my auntie's husband, who is a pastor. If they give me the opportunity to shoot him, I will do it. I'm telling you the truth. And I took the hunger onto my auntie, but when later I realized he was even being abused, so he couldn't even talk for me. You know, I've been here for almost like 15 years now. I take care of my auntie, but not him. For him, I don't even want to hear his voice.
Where is he? Is he still in Africa?
Yeah.
And if he did it to you, he did it to other children. I can guarantee you. There are so many of them.
No,
too many.
The funny thing is, they had a maid. Okay, when he molested me, I told somebody in the house. So when they had a maid, I was in America. When they had a maid, my mom called me and said, the maid is accusing the man. The maid is a liar. And I said, shut up. The maid is not a liar. The maid is telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You understand? The maid is telling you the truth. Just shut up and just, you know. And the way when you travel outside, the confidence that comes in you is just beautiful.
It's the environment.
America, my mindset.
Yeah, it's the environment.
My mindset changed. Everything changed. Right now, if I call back home, you know, I'm a Ghanaian, but my parents used to live in Nigeria, Ibadan.
Right.
I've lived in Nigeria like for 5 years. Yeah, my parents were in Ibadan before they went back to Ghana.
Right.
So it's like, you know, the confidence that comes in you and everything. And somebody called and said he told his child, even if I'm taking your shower and I touch somewhere badly, you have to tell your dad.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was just listening. I was laughing because this is the conversation we have every day with our children. I have 2 boys and a daughter. And my husband, this conversation we had with our children yesterday. And it's not just yesterday. We have them at least every 3 months.
Yeah.
Just to go through it. All over again. Like if you ask my 5-year-old son what is consent, he's gonna tell you what consent is.
Right.
But I told them when they were little, you don't touch my hair, you need to ask permission. So if you can't touch my hair, that means you can't touch my breast, you can't touch my vagina. I told them as soon as you start talking, vagina is vagina, penis is penis.
Yes.
We don't give it no fancy
Don't give it no fancy name. Don't
So
code it. Call it what it
that
is. Yes.
Last time my husband was standing there, and you know how you turning and you mistakenly hit somebody?
Mm-hmm.
So my husband was turning and he hit my daughter's back mistakenly. So my husband said, I'm sorry. You know what my daughter said? Daddy, he hit my back. Then then the guy said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was turning. I know it's a mistake. But it's good you apologize.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
You know, and these are the kids that are so happy.
Yeah, I think your child needs your attention there. Please attend to them. They are screaming.
I know.
Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So we need to, and like I told my daughter yesterday and my son yesterday, because if daddy touches you wrong, you have to come and tell me. If I touch you wrong, come go and tell daddy. You know, go and tell daddy. So let the kids have confidence.
Talk.
Know that their self-esteem is very important. Let them be outspoken. My daughter can speak, my kids can speak. We don't tell them to shut up. I think we told them to shut up.
Yeah, shut up. You talk too much.
To the white people, we are talking to the white
Felicia,
people.
say, allow kids talk. You should have put exclamation on that thing, Felicia.
We don't. My sister, when you see a confident, like very intelligent African man. When you see white people, they just become low.
Yeah, yeah.
All the strength, everything is so down.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I got a lot of people waiting to join. I understand.
Listening to you, please, we should stop the way we raise our kids in Africa. It's so hurting.
Thank you so much, my sister. God bless you. Yeah. Allow the kids to talk. Building confidence is crucial. It's very, very important that we build our children's confidence, right? Okay, so I've got baby Bim that's been waiting before I take my next call. Baby Bim, you have the floor.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Hello, Obodooyinboconnect.
Hello.
I've watched you for a long time.
I'm all right. Where are you joining us from, please?
I'm calling from the US.
Thank you. Where are you joining us from? The US. Okay. What do you have to say?
So I think we are ignoring the fact that, fine, it's okay to teach children where to be touched, but are we also teaching them not to touch others? because a high percentage of kids actually abuse other kids. And a lot of these people that actually abuse have been abused as kids. So
Right.
these people hurt others.
Right.
So we also need to talk to our kids about how they relate with other people and how they touch other people. And another big issue that parents are not focusing on is the visual images their children take in. Pornography is very big.
Right.
Children act out what they see.
Right.
And then they destroy lives innocently, acting out all these things. You have people bringing in pornography videos. You have parents not even regulating what their children do online. There's exposure to sex everywhere, all sorts of illicit sexual activities that is very immoral and not even something the normal human being should digest.
Right.
And you also have older siblings bringing in this material into the home. The younger siblings are seeing it. They don't have anybody to act out these activities with, and then they act it out on their siblings too. So it's a whole lot of issues.
Yeah,
And
different areas that we need to contemplate. Yeah.
Yes,
Different areas.
Especially
Yeah.
as kids are getting into puberty.
Yeah.
Parents need to have conversations about sex and how to restrain themselves. Because all these things, they all add up. And, they have far-reaching consequences. And they affect the way these kids grow up. It affects their perversions in future.
Thank you so much, baby.
Yes, and hurt so many people.
Yeah, absolutely. Hurt people.
Others.
Thank you so much. Brilliant contribution from Babim, joining us from the US. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. There's something there she said. I'll come to you, all that matters. I see you. Common Sense Sisters, my co-presenters. She said that we're not talking about kids, doing this to other kids, that is prevalent among children too, whose experience, if they've been exposed to, abuse, they tend to go and abuse other children as well. And we don't find a lot of this being, and it's true.
Very true.
We talk about children, adults, and children. Adults doing this to children.
Abusers, the aiders.
Yeah, but we don't talk about children doing it to other children as well, because, for instance, when this happens to an adult, a child at home, he can go to school and do it to another child.
Very true.
Then it becomes a problem. Yeah. And Laura here says that when I was growing up, when something happened, and I will tell the truth, I was told I was lying, so I stopped talking.
Yeah. Sounds like the Mockingbird. What's the lady?
Maya Angelou.
It sounds like Maya Angelou's story.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. We're talking about the assertiveness. So in the assertiveness of speaking with your children, that's what I talk about, the storytelling. So when you're talking to your children about their body, very valid point the last caller made, you also have to talk about the consequences of not respecting consent.
And respecting other people's
so
bodies.
Yes,
you could even go as far as
boundaries.
As far as hitting someone in Nigeria, in my secondary school, you find that my classmates who are females would be hitting the male classmates, like, oh, we push the person or hit the person, and because it's a woman, it's a female student doing it to a male student, people are like, and
there's no,
also
when women abuse men, when women abuse men, not men that get abused by women. People don't talk about it. We never talk about. We don't have this conversation because it is accepted. Because it's just like when we talk about domestic violence. If a woman is beating a man, the man will be ashamed to talk, but it has consequences on their mental health as well. Yeah, so there are various areas in this matter to talk about.
So it's a really valid point that the last caller made. And then your children, there's another good point she made about sometimes the older ones bringing certain materials and then the younger ones, So another suggestion I have is leave the communication open amongst all your children, because you might have younger ones that's very responsible and they want to report.
Yeah.
So it's the same assertiveness. They come and report, they say, hey, my elder brother is bringing this thing. Mom, you say we should not be talking about this thing. See you. And then parents should take the right action. And then that's when you now educate more and all this thing. Because sometimes parents will not really know everything until sometimes situation happens and it creates room for that
discussion.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. All that matters, you have the floor.
Yeah, hey, hi, Obodoyinbo TV. I'm so happy to be in your show.
I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah.
I can't see you too. Go on,
because no, I'm at work, so I turn on the camera.
Oh,
but
I
I want to
understand.
talk.
Right,
Say,
sure.
I'm calling from Miami, US.
Thank you.
This is a very personal. I wouldn't want to share it, but if I don't share it, nobody else will learn. So it's about 1 second. You hear, right?
Yeah.
Just for the moment.
Okay. So it happened. It's like a family member. It happened here in States. It's in Connecticut. So this is the issue between a father and the daughter. It's unbelievable. The mother, I don't know how to say it. It feels strange, but she said she couldn't understand what is going on with the daughter. And she called me. I said, I don't know. What you have to do, buy the minute camera, the very tiny camera, and put all over your house. So she did that because she worked so much. She worked 2 jobs. She's a nurse. So, but the husband stays home and take care of the kids. She had 2 daughters at that time. So her first daughter was 6 years. So she says she don't understand, and most of the time when she's bathing the daughter, the first one, she cries a lot, and she don't like to take a shower. So the teacher start complaining why she wouldn't take a shower. That when she comes to school, she stinks. So she says she don't understand what is going on.
Right.
But thank God they finally find what is happening. So the girl, one day she wants to give her a shower. She started crying when she wants to wash her vagina. The girl started crying. She said, why? She said, Mommy, Daddy, I don't know. She started crying. She said, what? So she went up and, you cannot say because nobody will believe you. But she already had the camera on. So she decided to go and open the camera and know what is happening. Lo and behold, it was the daddy. It was the daddy. So thank God it was here, because if it's in Nigeria, that case is closed. Nobody will listen, nobody will understand. So she called the police. She involved the authority, and they asked her, did you find evidence? She said, no, I need my daughter. My daughter is the evidence. So she took her to the hospital, and they did the test, whatever they have to do, and see that her hymen was not intact. And was 6 years. And the walls of the vagina are rough. So finally they took him to the jail. He is still in jail, but my problem is, and my concern is, that no matter how many days he's in jail, the child is done. Up to today, this is 3 years, so she might be 6, 7, 8, 9. She must have been 9 by now, and she is not talking. She's not talking. She stopped talking.
Did they get her help? Did they get her some treatment?
Yeah, they take her to rehab. They take her to rehab. She is responding, but the only thing she's not doing is she's not talking. She is not saying a word. And this is 3 years now.
Oh
so
my God.
is me personally, it affects me because I have this, I don't know what to say, but I have this fear. I can't even drop my kids to anyone. I don't care where you are. I cannot do that because imagine I'm not even the mother, so know how she feel, and a girl, that child is done. So sometimes I feel like, how do we stop this? How? This is somebody inside the house. And if you say this, nobody will believe you. They call back home and nobody believed them from Nigeria. Nobody believed her. And she said, well, if you don't have to believe me, he's in jail.
She doesn't need to convince any
No,
lonely person to believe. Why does she even need to she
no,
just
because you know, so you know, in Nigeria, they try to raise, you know, they try to, yeah, you travel, you do this, you do that. She said, it's my daughter. It's you know, it's sad. It's so sad. I'm talking to you right now. The child is 9 years.
is it the biological father of this girl?
The biological father. I went to their wedding in Nigeria when two of them get married. They came here, have this girl, 6 years old.
This problem is deeper than what we know, you guys.
You know, so I don't know if it's the Satan or if it's the demon, or I don't know.
No,
To me, it's a devil
demon,
advocate. I don't know.
No, it's not demon. It's not Satan.
I don't know.
Africans like to blame demons.
There are adults that doing this as their job. There are people on the street that are doing this as their job. Why don't you do that to them? Why is it an innocent that have don't even know nothing? But you know, they take the vulnerables. The kids are the vulnerable ones. So sex offenders, the first people they look at is the vulnerable groups. You know, the kids that are sick, the kids that can't protect themselves, or the one that cannot speak. Those are the ones that take advantage. You know, I learned so much that I don't trust nobody. I don't care what you say. That child is mine and it belongs to me. Let's suffer together. It's fine with me. So parents should learn how to, you know, especially us that live here, we work so hard to make ends meet. But at the end of the day, the kids are suffering. The kids are suffering. At the end of the day.
We talked about this issue of people doing two jobs when you have young children.
Yeah.
Because we as Africans really need to consider our priority, especially, you see, some white people, when they know that their commitment to their career is so high, they don't bother to have children.
Exactly.
They don't bother with family. Even if they get married, they don't partners and they don't bother with children because they know that they haven't got time to raise the children.
Exactly. Me, I'm a nurse, I'm a midwife, but I say, F my career. F my career. I still have a little one that is 6, but I have 3 boys. But I still don't care because the boy can still be molested and their own is the worst.
Yeah.
Their own
because
is
boys
the
will never
worst.
talk. Boys will never talk. Women express, girls express themselves more.
They will never ever talk
than boys.
So
boys
I don't care how many riches in this world. I know I don't have anything, and it's fine with me. When they grow up, at least 15, you can keep on 20 jobs. You know, then they can speak for themselves.
What's the point of having 2 jobs and having all this money now and whatever you think you buy with that money?
Exactly.
The daughter is damaged. What's the point?
The child is done. Once a child is abused, the child is done. There is no treatment that can take care of that child. The treatment can work, but to what extent will it bring the normality of a child? The self-esteem is done, is 0. It cannot come back. There is nothing that will bring up your self-esteem. It's only miracle. A thin line between medicine is that miracle. And that's the only thing that can restore the child.
Yeah, but you know what? There is nothing, I believe that there is nothing that God cannot do.
Yeah.
What science cannot do, what medicine cannot do, God can. So she just needs to, first of all, cut down on the hours that she's working. That child needs her now more than ever. If you are close, you need to advise her. She needs to start doing 1 job and stop doing 2 jobs. That child needs her. And then she needs to pray and seek God's intervention. She needs to go to God in prayers on behalf, to intercede on behalf of that child, because it is only God. It is only God that can heal that child. That child has gone through something. Only God knows how long it's been going on.
That is the problem. That is the problem. Nobody knows when. Is it when she's 4 or 5 or 6? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But the teacher said she acts so weird whenever she comes to the class. She don't pay attention, and then she smells. That's why she said no. Something is wrong.
Why she's not allowing anybody to bait her? Why she doesn't bait? Because she doesn't want it to be found out. She's ashamed. That's why she's ashamed. There's a lot of guilt that comes with it, even for children. They are ashamed. They feel like it's my fault. Maybe if I didn't do this, daddy would not have done this to me. You understand? So thank you so much for sharing that
It's
story.
okay. Thank you. I love
There's
your
no
show. I
blame.
love your show.
Thank you so much. All that matters. I appreciate
Okay.
you.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
evening.
And you too. Bye.
My people, this one heavy. Oh, this one heavy. This one heavy. Pass me. Somebody here is saying that Samuel is saying that my sister, we Africans love children. It's a heritage of the family, a blessing. This story you just heard. Now, how is it a blessing, Biko?
I responded to Samuel, and I said in my response to Samuel, I added him in the response. I said, we agree, but that is why when people bring children into the world, they have the sole responsibility to protect and take care of those children.
And that's saying that children are a blessing is a very loose term.
If something is a blessing, you have to protect, nurture.
You bring them into this world for them to see themselves as causes.
You have to protect and nurture them. When you are blessed with something, or you bring something into this world, you have to
it's
protect
your responsibility for the rest of your life.
That is your covenant with that person that you brought into the world because they didn't
ask for it.
You have to protect and nurture them.
Ella, who your thought? I'm coming back to you. Yeah, we got a caller. Hello. Hello. Oh.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much for taking my call. Sorry, my name is Dodoshi. Everybody will see me as Edith Lawani. I'm just a little confused because I was going to call in to talk about how much access people have to your children, how much access the online has to your children, how much access other influences has to your children. But then the lady in America said about the dad.
Yeah.
If that starts from home,
yeah.
What hope do children have?
Let me tell you something, Dosh. What you don't know, and I'm telling you this, is not a speculation. It's not, I'm just saying it. This is a science, it's proven. Abuse, 99% of abuse happens within the family, somebody that knows the child. That's where it happens. It is very difficult from somebody on the street to see your child and abuse them, except for the people that said they went to boarding school or they took them to convent. It always starts from the home. This is where it happens. Even this Baba Ijesha that we're talking about, it happened in the mother's house, under her nose. She didn't know.
This is terrible. This is really terrible. Because I mean, as you know, I have a daughter who is 10 years old. Today I was going through her phone and her classmate was saying, send me a picture of you dressed like you are going out. And I'm thinking, what? Send me a picture of you dressed like you're going out. What does that even mean?
Is he a male classmate or a female classmate?
Yes, I know him. They're in the same class. That's when I deleted the number, blocked it everywhere that I know on that phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Online too.
It's difficult. I think we parents, we just need to be very, very vigilant about everything. I was just telling my husband yesterday, even without knowing that I'm going to be on this call, I said, I'm going to speak my pidgin English. I said, at this age, this is when you shine your eye 360 around everything, question everything, see everything, overprotect, overdo everything. I think sometimes you can see the signs.
Yeah, if you're observant, if a parent is active, somebody called in earlier and talked about intentional parenting.
Yes.
Yeah, if you are very involved with your child, it's not just come and take food. You are late for school, or what time are you going to school? Have you done your homework? You know, you parent them from a distance, but you are actively involved in their life. You go to their room and sit down. Yeah, come and sit down. You know, even though they want to run away, I say, Mom, I'm busy. You drag them, you draw them out. You are involved. Then you will know. How can 7 years pass? You will not know what's happened to your child. It means that parent was never involved. She was not involved. You see the other one, the one that happened in America, the reason she didn't know is because she has 2 jobs. So where's the time? The dad is the one parenting the children at home. She's working, doing nurse. Nurses in America, as far as I know, their full job is 3 days because they do long hours. And then, so you find a lot of Nigerians who do 2 jobs, 6 days they are working. It is not an easy job.
Well, my last note is, at the end of the day, as a parent, we want to look back when we are 80, when we are 60, look back and say we have done well as a parent. Not have done well by building that house, that when you go inside the room, you cry when your child is damaged, when your child has not done well because of how much you work. I think we need to put our priorities straight as parents. That's just my last note. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you so much, my sister. I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Whew, guys, this conversation is heavy, oh.
Very heavy, Auntie.
It's very, very heavy, but we have to have it.
Yeah.
It's very, very needed. It is needed because people are watching this. Those who are watching us on live and those who are going to catch up on this later on. There's so many issues that we've discussed. There are so many aspects of this matter we've discussed that will make them to reflect. To
awaken their consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are awakening their consciousness. Yeah. So I'm going to just run through what I have written down here. Then if you have anything else to say, I'll ask you to say it because we've done 2.5 hours already.
Please hit the like button.
Hit the like button, guys, if you're enjoying this conversation and you feel like as parents we have an obligation to make sure that we share our experiences, both good and bad, to make sure that our children are safe. Because like I said, our primary obligation as parents is to make sure that our children are safe. So you have to teach your children how to challenge adults respectfully. Don't shush your children. Please allow them to talk. Don't shout. African parents, some of us shout too much. You say, this is how I talk. No, you don't talk like that. If you're talking to your Igbo colleague, you don't shout. Have you noticed that most of us African, we have two different tones?
Yes.
We have two different tones. We have two different accents. When we are talking to our fellow Africans, we'll be shouting. But when we see Oyibo, we're going to talk.
More respectful.
Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Well done, ma.
Thank you. May I know who's calling?
Yes, my name is Mrs. Laika Kunde.
You're welcome, ma. Are you calling from the US or Canada?
Yes, I'm calling from the US, from California.
All right, ma. Go ahead.
Yes, I appreciate this thing. This discussion is something. In fact, this morning I have been discussing with my colleagues that this thing breaks my heart because I try to see what can make this older men do this to little children. I can't, if it's the devil, if it's whatever, I can't even fathom. But one thing I advise parents, especially mothers, is we should have time for these children. I have 2 wonderful girls, and the way I brought them up, nobody should harass you to keep them quiet. I remember when my 14-year-old girl was like 2.5 years, 3 years. I have this wonderful brother-in-law. My baby will always want to be in his room. But the next 30 seconds, if I can't find my baby around, because we stay in the same house, I'm like, where is she? Where is she? She's in uncle something's room. I go there. I bring her back. We should not trust people, even uncles. Imagine fathers even sleeping with their own children.
Yeah.
We should have time for this children. When they were young, I had a lot of quarrel with my husband. I will not take a job. I took a job that once I close by 2:30, I get to their school, pick them up. We get home together. They do their homework, have a nap, everything till I left Nigeria. Even right now, they're in Nigeria, I'm here. But every day I still call. There was a day I told one funny joke. I told her, I said, anyone that tries to touch you, whatever you find around you, no matter how sharp the object is, stab the person. It's self-defense. It has gotten to that stage, my sister. And I always tell people every time, let's keep putting these children in prayer. They are so vulnerable.
Yeah, they are.
They are so vulnerable, yes. But the only thing we can do is just train these children not to hide anything from us. Let's make ourselves available for them. So that the way we have the relationship with them, nobody will tell them. I always tell my children, anybody that lies goes to hell. They have grown up with that thing. To the extent that if you go to somebody's house and it's like, tell that person that come here, I'm not. I say, no, not me. All of them will run away. You have to do that thing by yourself. When we start teaching them that don't lie, tell whatever, say it the way it is. And some girls will come, they will tell their mom will be like, no, you're lying. No, listen to them. Please, it breaks my heart when you are a mother. When you are a mother and they do things to girls outside, you feel like I'm a mother. God forbid. What if that child is mine? What if that child is mine? So God will just help us, my sister.
Amen.
Those are here in US. Those are here in US. It is work.
Work. Yeah.
Because I plan to bring my children here too. And I was, Mom, don't work too much. I said, relax. Let me work now that you're not here. Because they know me. Once they come inside this place, despite the fact that they're all teenagers, I reduce my job and have time for them.
Yeah, because even teenagers, they need you more as teenagers, because that's when they get into all sorts of things. That's when they begin to make friends.
God bless you, my sister. I call them every day. Every day. There was a time I had to take the 14-year-old into a boarding house. And I had to leave my 19-year-old son and the 17-year-old daughter. I had to sit them down. I said, please, don't let the devil use you. I called the boy, please don't go near your sister. He was like, Mom, it's not possible. I said, please.
It's good you have that conversation. Yeah, it's good. Yes, yeah, because brothers and sisters too. Yeah.
Yes. Sex education, I teach my children early. They cannot teach them anything outside. There's nobody else, anything anybody can tell me.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for them.
Yeah, thank you.
God put them in my care.
Yeah.
Whatever happens to them, I'll be held responsible. Let mothers see it like that.
And thank God for everything you've taught them. Even though you are not there physically now, they will not forget. My mother has been dead since 2008. And I can still remember things that she told me. Somebody said in the comment section, I think it's Common Sense Sister that said it, that I hear my mother in my head. I can hear her voice in my head. Yeah. That's a good mother.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
Because I always tell them. I always tell them and I talk to them.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my sister.
Our neighbors will call and say, your children, they are not going anywhere. They're just in the house. They're just this, they're just that. I said, I thank God. It's not me. It's just prayer and the training. Once you train them from the little one, the Bible says, if the foundation be faulty,
what can the righteous do?
Once you build a good foundation, they will build on it. And even you yourself, you have peace of mind.
Yeah. Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate your contribution.
Thank you for what you do. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Ami Jesu. Yeah, guys, we're rounding up now. I think we've had a very long conversation. Come on, sisters.
Yeah.
Let me allow you guys.
You're doing well.
You don't know what you're doing now. Your purpose there, you said you
don't even understand, because this video will be here forever. We go born. Our children go watch this video. That's how much impact.
That's how much impact you are doing right now.
Hey, we are doing it together. Now you are now. We are
learning from you now.
We are petting on your side, and now we be
if I come live now, if I don't see you now, I don't go there comfortable, because
that means you must be here every time, oh.
I know how to be here. We do it together, and one day we go do one on our channel too.
Auntie, we are really learning from you. We are thankful that you came here with drink today. If not, before tell you say, may you pause, go drink water, come back.
I don't finish one full bottle. After they drink the water, after they drink.
We are the same.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and that's why if you are on this live, the least you can do
is to
give this thing
and subscribe. You cannot be outside the window. It's not VHS TV.
I get banners. I know they ever see anybody. Not only Angela here, they give me banners. I get banners full grand here. Our people, Jesus Christi.
Maybe they don't know say the banner there. So Auntie,
yeah, where they go say?
You know they see.
Where will drop off free now?
Auntie, some people know they see this. So sometimes I'm not even know how they do. Sometimes you get the thing they scroll under your video as they talk.
Super chat, they there. Now somebody like Angela Hill, and
see when Angela
US people, they see where they go donate £5, £10. Yeah. But all the other people, I will talk. So my brain won't fall come out.
Oh, so now four primary things for this channel. For the English people, there are 4 things for you to do on this channel.
Okay, after the talk, now somebody has done. Angela,
Felicia, on events, you invest. This na event, you invest. If you not do that one, now like that blue thumbs up button. Leave the like button. Let you be remembered in the sands of time. So that when people come and watch the video, they see 10,000 likes. They gonna not say your own life stay inside. Wait till you go get. Why you they stingy for the like? Why you wait till you they use the like?
Another thing we say.
Wait till you they use the like.
When you they give the like, now so YouTube but when they push
the video. Only you won't let all this common sense worker for yeah. Where do you go gain?
Another thing.
Then you come here, you not subscribe. Wait, why?
No, I'm not going to the
Wait till your reason. Which reason you go say I can't hear let common sense for almost 3 hours?
You not
I go and not subscribe.
Wait. Then you can't get Facebook. This is the
video where you go for WhatsApp.
This is not the video where you go get group chat for WhatsApp.
They send down.
This is not prayer meeting topic. Not true, man. It's not prayer meeting topic. Now, this now. This is not when you go open group chat. Everybody go just break it for there with
they watch group watching. Group watching.
If you're not pushing that they work, somebody else on me rigs. People they see the super chat, not be say they're not seeing.
And to make you say some people feel they see me, but the gist too strong. So the people don't put check out.
Me rigs.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you.
So the people, I picked so many of your comments because you are a very sensible woman, Felicia. I picked so many of your comments. Thank you so much. Common sense sisters, shoot me your last comment so that
the last comment African elders no go like them, but not concern me because one day I go be African elder. We roll like that.
Talk.
This now the take home from me. I know say we will be elders and even the young ones know they like to learn.
Thank you, Lisa.
We don't like to learn new things. You have to become tech savvy, technology savvy, which means you have to know computer now. Because I dey watch Oyibo series of some investigation. And sometimes they give valuable points about like some apps sometimes that can be installed on like even if you have kids that have phones.
Tracking.
To kind of not saying a monitor, but like you know, because they don't Oyibo children, you don't get one way be say then now from app, the poor girl don't know. They organize to pick the girl up to take the girl. So the father can't see this thing now, but he not really confront his daughter. He just organize the police because he already know the time when the predator will come. Police can't just surround your house that night. The daughter can't come out for nights through back door. One can enter the car of the predator. Real life, don't be saying that sorry anyhow. Then the police just show up with the father and everything. So he carry his daughter and nurture him. Tell him say he not be in fault, everything. That man go jail. You talk to his daughter go cancel, tell and say this person has been manipulating her. Now your children they Snapchat, TikTok,
Instagram, everywhere.
Cartoon where they show they do beleke.
They baga everywhere. You be parents, you gonna say you're spending too much time on the screen. You not go join screen, watch with them.
You have to, especially those of us that we have children now. Abroad.
They have children. We don't have children.
We don't get children now. We go get
children.
Those of you that have children abroad.
Thank you, my darling Aburos. Una too much. Una wisdom, you don't go finish.
No go finish.
Let's just stop pushing our children.
Una common sense, you don't go finish. Not because
hey! We never have. But what is the slang? Make common sense. Never depart from you. Now you know. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, common sense sister, they crack me up. Those two young ladies are so funny. Very, very funny. Thank you so much, common sense sisters. You guys don't make the gist so sweet. Una make them so sweet and entertaining. So I just run through my last points before I end the show. Make I drink water small because man, talking this long is not a joke. You guys don't know. It's not a joke. Thank you, Felicia Kukuola. You're so sweet. Yeah. My closing point is that you should teach the greatest gift you can give your child is to teach them to be confident. Ekanem, this one, and our family member be this one. No, thank you so much, Ekanem. I appreciate that. Teach your children to challenge adults respectfully. Don't shush your children or don't tell them to shut up, shut up. And African parents, please. All this unnecessary shouting is not necessary. Some of you will sabi shout. The children that we have, especially in this part of the world, not be Africa, their teachers know they shout. Their friends know they shout. They are not used to we growing up. We will sabi shout when we were growing up. Thank you, Ekanem. I appreciate that. You said the G is too hot. I'm doing well. Thank you. I've been Mr. Macaroni sister now. Thank you. I'm doing well. I appreciate you. I'm really loving these chats, honestly. If you guys know how much I invested to get this thing all put together, you go understand. I had to buy a very expensive laptop, bought a new camera, bought lighting, so many equipment because I want us to, I want to make my shows more interactive and I want to be doing this live chat. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you cannot donate super chat, but at least you can click on the like button. So make sure you are training your children to be confident. No, they shush them up. I beg, no, they shout for your children. Stop yelling at them. It kills their confidence when you're always shouting. If once in a while they do something bad, you shout for them. That one is okay. But constantly shouting, no good. Learn to talk to them, respect them. As Common Sister says, they be human being. They get sense. Talk to them. Have conversations with them. Sit them down. Tell them. Make them know you. Begin to tell them life experiences, everything. Pull your children close to you, as that our sister will come from US talk. Let your children be so close to you. No let gap there. Don't let that gap be so wide between you and your children, right? And if your child comes to you to come and disclose something, please believe them. Mothers especially, be more attentive to your children. Don't allow work to take up all your time because we want to believe that Baba Ijesha matter will take stats. But it's not limited. So many people don't come share their own experiences for this show while we're on this show today. At least I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 people that share their own experiences. So this thing is even bigger than Baba Ijesha. It is happening quite a lot. If your pikin come tell you, say, uncle did this to me, or somebody did this to me, believe them, no doubt them until it is proven that, that person is innocent. No doubt your pikin. Because if you keep it as a secret, especially mothers where they like to keep secrets, it will come back and haunt you. You guys heard the story that was shared by, All That Matters, that our sister in the US. What happened to the girl? Her father, now her own father do that thing, and what happened? What happened? The girl is not only God, we're praying for her, we'll put her in our prayers. May God help her. So don't keep it as a family secret. A child be timid. Shyness is not a good thing to celebrate. Say, oh, my pikin is shy. They talk. Let them be confident to talk, to challenge, to ask questions. It impact on their esteem and their confidence when they grow up as adults. You guys heard that our brother that came and joined us earlier, he talked about his own experience growing up in Nigeria in a polygamous family and how, because of what the mother did, he has grown up to be an adult now that's always second guessing himself. He's always thinking, I'm not good enough, even though he's so brilliant, because he's always been taught that, oh, hide yourself, hide yourself, hide yourself. It's affected his confidence, but he's doing very well. So confidence building is key. Open communication. Tell your children, if you tell me, no consequences. There will be no consequences. I'm not going to be mad. Just tell me. And to crown it all, I beg, Mona tell our children about their body parts. Tell them what they call it. Na breast be this, na pussy be this, or na vagina be this, na toto be this, na penis be this. Mona know they sugarcoat them, they call another name. Tell them, you are the only one that has the right to this body part. Nobody else has the right to touch it. Anybody that says, don't tell your mommy, is a bad person. That uncle is a bad person. That auntie is a bad person. So tell your children to be, when anything like that happens, to have the confidence to come to you and share with you and talk to you. And please, if you live in a diaspora, for instance, I know we're talking a lot about Nigeria, but if you live in a diaspora and you have young children, I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and everything that you believe in, when you have young children, please, I don't care the mansion that you are building in Nigeria. Nobody cares about the cars you are shipping to Nigeria or the so-called business you are doing in Africa. Nobody cares. Your children are your job. They are your first job. If you know you don't have what it takes to give them the time that they need, because that our sister was talking to us about how you need to make time for your children. If you know you don't have the time, don't bring children into this world. Don't, because from some stories where I don't hear on my platform and the experiences when some of my subscribers don't share with me, not be everybody deserves to be parents. Yeah. Oh, somebody is in Dubai. You say, I'm just hooked, Bridget. It's 12:43 in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. Oh, thank you so much, Beatrice. I'm rounding up now. Thank you so much. If you can watch it live, you can always catch up. I appreciate you, Beatrice. Ofowena. So I'm ending it now. Thank you so much, everyone that joined. Common Sense Sisters. I thank you guys so much. MNK, you are still here. Woo! Thank you so much, everyone that's been here. I love you guys so much. Everybody that called in, all of you that participated, especially that my brother, the sisters that called in from Canada, from the US, all of you, I appreciate you so much. And everybody that donated on Super Chats, I love and appreciate you so much. We have to keep having this conversation. It's very, very important to me. I'm not afraid to have this sensitive conversation, difficult conversation, if you like, because that is the whole point of creating this platform. I don't want to just talk about celebrity gossip and, funny stories or whatever, entertaining stories. We need to educate ourselves. We need to learn. We need to be able to challenge some of these things we've been preconditioned to accept so that we can learn from one another and do better. This is all I stand for. So I appreciate you and I thank you for joining me today. Edith, my ododoshi, my only sister. My only sister in London. Every other sister is a counterfeit. Thank you. Thank you so much, ST. Common Sense Sisters, I appreciate you. Peace. Oluwatoyin, Oshegoni, Omodupe. Joy you, Queen Victory. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, we'll keep having these conversations about different things that affect our social, cultural, political, and economic, or whatever you want to call it, lifestyle, so that we can learn and we can do better. Please, parents, if you haven't learned anything from all what we've said today, take this away. It is your duty to protect your children. You have a God-given mandate. As long as you bring children into this world, please protect them. Please protect your children. They are very vulnerable. Children are very, very vulnerable. They depend on you. God has given them to you because you are the one that is supposed to protect them to a certain extent before they come to their own, before they can protect themselves. That is what you can do. Forget about all this money you are chasing. All of you are chasing money not because of to pay your bills. You can pay your bills comfortably. The money you are chasing is because you want to go and build mansion in Africa. And you guys know how I feel about all these stupid mansions that people are building in Africa. Mansions that you will never live in. It's not worth it. Your children are more important. If you raise your children well and you do the right thing, they will build bigger things. They will have an impact. Our children will become prime ministers, and they will become, in the last US election, see how many Nigerians were there that won, houses of rep and things like that. So when you invest in your children, it will come back and you will enjoy it. Forget about chasing money. We too, they chase money. Nigerian parents especially. Invest in your children. Spend time with them. Give them your time. Stop doing 2-3 jobs. Your children are your responsibility. Protect them at all costs. Thank you, Adenike Love. I appreciate your love and your support. And I will speak to you in my next video. Thanks a lot for joining me today, everyone. I love you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate you. Have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until my next one, I love you. Bye-bye.